Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of the Lodge at Endsmeet. Before we get any farther into the session, we must give our players an opportunity to recap what happened last time for a point of inspiration. And do we have any volunteers for a recap?
Hello, I volunteer.
Okay, Emily, let's go. Let's hear it.
All right. So I sent all the information. I don't think I'm gonna summarize all of that, but I sent it into chat. So I have a kind of briefer summary of how our whole session last time was a battle against Turiax, and we had the hobgoblins on our side. We rolled initiative, and immediately Tess went first initiative, and Twilight Sanctuary, which was helpful to like kind of give us a little bit of a buffer at the beginning. Um, Turiax was next in the initiative and immediately summoned a bunch of demons. I think two Burbalangs and two, what are they called? I wrote it down. Two Burbalangs and two Bargas, dog monkey thingies. And so they kind of like put other stuff on the field and slowed us down. One of them immediately cast suggestion on Gideon successfully, so he would attack Claudia, and he unfortunately crit her. And then otherwise, hunters marked Turiax, and it was on. Um, Many of us like kind of stayed behind for a little bit fighting the demons. And then Turiax kind of like fluttered down, and his frightening presence frightened almost all of the hobs, except for like one or two of them. Artie immediately crit on a shocking grasp for 26 lightning damage on a Barghast that should have been resistant. So that was cool as hell. Um, but unfortunately, then Turiax cast Cloud Kill as a legendary action and really like messed up a bunch of the hobgoblins that were all in the same places. However, those people, those allies were really good allies because they got nets around Turiax twice in this fight, which was awesome. And they like even got a couple of shots off on him, but it was really really useful that he had to spend a lot of time like dispelling. Oh, that's the other thing. He did a legendary action to just dispel the earthbind that Artie had put on him. So like he had to take a lot of defensive actions at the beginning, which was very useful to us. Velen had this really clutch move where she played her counter charm through her bagpipes and made sure that it was the song that she had like written for the champion before, so it was like clear that we were on their side, and that was really cool. And then she bardically inspired Claudia. And then on his turn, Turiax got his breath weapon back and breath weaponed into like a straight cone down to just like wipe out a whole bunch of our hobgoblin allies at once, which was devastating. Um, Gideon crit on Turiax twice. And so
It
the
was
crit
awesome.
got through despite silvery barbs. It was like such a very cool, like, give me back my daughter action. And he got, I don't think I wrote down the amount of damage, but it was definitely over 40 points. And that was really cool. The goblin warlord that had still survived at this point told a goblin scout that was outside the wall to tell Korthak live and go. So we have a goblin scout that's taken off in the woods somewhere. Unclear. Korthak was also the name of the champion, so maybe that's like an inherited name. Kind of implies that there might be more hobgoblins that might be into helping us actually take down this dragon. Um, and then that warlord got Turiax in the winning trap for a second time. That was awesome. Um, Tess did not do anything to Turiax pretty much the whole fight, and kept getting surrounded by Barghasts and like chipping away at them, and spent most of the whole fight like being surrounded. Um, but her kind of cool moment was that she took out her spiritual weapon, and it finally looks like a weapon that she carries. So she has like big Feyhue. She has like spiritual Feyhue and actual Feyhue. Turiax also then spent his next turn absolutely destroying this poor warlord that he crit on. But that guy did a lot for us. Artie got the bloodying blow on Turiax with the with his like scorching ray crown, and then Velen immediately followed that up with a psychic lance, and gave Gideon some bardic, which was very useful. Um, Tess was scared about how it was going though, and was like afraid in the contingency that they didn't make it out. She wanted Endsmeet to be prepared. So she misty stepped out of danger and cast Sending to Solite and said that Turiax had kidnapped River, try to make sure and like told like let her know that we were fighting the hobgoblins, and that she should prepare Endsmeet. And then got actually a message back that let her know that like Drenyer had followed us into the forest, and so we were going to maybe get another ally on the way. And she also specifically told us not to die, so that's useful. Turiax then got once again got his breath weapon back. Man, Echo was really lucky with those rolls, I guess. Um, and breath weaponed Velen and Gideon, and then clawed Velen to like knock her unconscious. Claudia Misty Step for the first time, and her Eldritch Blood Blast was really useful. And then Turiax like told us that we had chosen our allies poorly, and Lightning Bolts Gideon and Claudia, putting Gideon at 1 HP. But then he cast his Healing Spirit for the first time, which was a very cool spectral stag, and that like kept them on their feet. But he misses Turiax with arrows because Turiax can also cast Shield. Over the course of the fight, we canceled 2 different crits with inspos, one on Gid and one on Tess. And then Artie burned through his last level 3 for a lightning bolt and burned a legendary resistance for the first time. And like it was a lot of sort of like getting some damage on him here and there, 10 points, 12 points. Like the big damage was usually Gideon, but like everything counted and wheeled him away. And then the next legendary time, Turiax knocked Gideon down. And so now we have 2 unconscious people on the field. Tess tried to guiding bolt him, but missed because of the shield. And then that kind of got his attention, and so he lightning bolted Tess, Rhinan, and Artie, who absorbed the lightning and got a 3rd level spell slot back and didn't take any damage. And the lightning bolt just stopped at Artie, and it was very, very cool.
He took a little damage. He took a little.
Oh, I guess he
bitty
took a
bit.
little. I guess he took a little bit of damage, but
He's not immune to lightning yet, but he will be.
still very
Like a
cool.
joy buzzer.
Still very cool. Claudia healed Gideon back up with a potion, which was very sweet. And then blood blasted Turiax, which missed. But Tallow helped with some weird inspiration patron shit that I don't understand. That was thank you, Tallow.
Hey, I'll take it.
And then pissed off Gideon hit Turiax twice, and then cast Healing Spirit again to get Velen up. Bloody and near critical. Turiax cast Scatter to sort of like get us into different groupings, and that was the point that Drenyer showed up to help. And he's apparently a groom stalker, and he got Turiax in the wing, and Artie then like lightning bolted right back at Turiax, and like burned through another resistance that way, and also I think either took down or really like fucked up one of the Barghast. And then Velen finished off Turiax, we thought, with another Psychic Lance, and just like finished him off basically by saying his name. But he then sort of like rose into the air, still unconscious, and disappeared. And Artie recognized the Contingency Spell, which is a spell that casts another spell when a certain condition is met. So like when he fell unconscious, he was going to teleport back somewhere, presumably we assume to his lair. And so his summons remained on the field, so we still had to like fight the Barghast and the remaining Burbalang, but they went down pretty quickly. And Artie finished it off with this like lightning punch maneuver, and then immediately like investigated the area and gleaned that it was a teleport spell, and he could pretty much be anywhere, even on another plane. We filled in Drenyer about what happened, and Claudia confirmed that like no, River has never been here because of the smell. And then Tess cast see invisibility to look for that like invisible bag and didn't see anything. It became clear that she was probably back in the lair, but we don't know, maybe Endsmeet. But then Drenyer told us that like, I mean, we knocked him down, so it's likely we have a day or two. And he also said we were really worried about like, because he said that he would kill River, but Drenyer like pointed out like, well, you know that he knows that you can take him down now, so he's going to want to like keep his leverage. Claudia remembered that he always took the same route to Endsmeet back and forth, and I swear it's in my notes somewhere, but I can't find it. So I don't know if you would be willing to refresh us on that route, Echo, or not. But after which, the last thing that we did was that Velen said a little blessing to sort of like ask for Daz's help in like helping us figure out where River is, and then Tess with Artie's help found the holy symbols on the bodies of the goblins and prayed to their respective gods to thank them for their service, and then prayed to Jamino to sort of consecrate all the other bodies of our allies, and give them strength and resilience and not rigidity. And that's where we pick up. We are still at the Hobgoblin camp.
Yeah. You're in the Hobgoblin camp. Drenyer is there, and the fight is over. I'm going to go ahead and use a splash art image so we don't have to worry about the details as to specifically where your characters are, because, You're in the Hobgoblin camp. Whatever you're doing, that's fine. Describe it for me. But as we get back into the session, as your wounds are licked and Turiax is nowhere to be seen, there is the last remnants of the miasma from his magic and his breath that still lingers over the ground in a thin green haze. And all is quiet. What do you do?
Quiet until Gideon kicks something over.
Do you break your toe and it makes a really huge film legacy for the rest of the decade?
God.
I would like to started like searching around the ground. I want to see if I can find any piece of him, a scale, something that might have gotten damaged, just for like it might come
His
in
blood.
useful.
Without any rolls, there are
tracking
scales
purposes.
and blood scattered all over the place.
I'm gonna scrape
They
them.
are
I'm gonna pick those
damaged.
scales.
And the blood is spoiled because it is no longer in his body. But
I just
you
wanted to
might be
track
able to,
the
I
purposes,
understand,
yeah.
you might be able to find some useful materials.
Is there anything left of this little camp? I know that he was spraying poison, but that's not gonna destroy. Whatever. Gideon is gonna be looking around for any like intelligence, any intel, if they had any maps, any like anything the hobgoblins had here.
Like, oh, he might be in this area.
Any
Look,
any clue.
yeah.
Roll
That's
investigation,
smart.
both of you.
Oh, thank you. Who else is investigating?
Artie is
Artie.
investigating for body parts from the
Oh.
dragon.
I can give Gideon help in investigating the camp. I'm proficient in investigation.
Go ahead.
Then let me
Mhm.
help you because I'm not proficient in investigation.
Oh, that works too.
You said I don't
I'll
need a
roll with
roll for
advantage.
mine, right? Just everyone.
No, I need a roll from you.
Ooh,
23.
I rolled really good.
Did roll really good. Find her, girl. Come on.
What? River fell down the well? I'll find her.
That's one hell of a well. Claudia,
Sniff, sniff, sniff.
with an investigation of 23, you and Gideon both immediately identify the administrative tent. The tent inside this war camp, which is what this is. It is clearly a militaristic-based camp with lots of training supplies and a regimen that was clearly maintained by these hobgoblins. With a 23, within the administrative tent, you find many maps. You find maps of isolated areas within the Goldwood. You find a map of Endsmeet, though it doesn't look like it's quite accurate. It looks like the sort of map one would make when looking at something from a distance. Like there is information that just can't be had. Like there are some buildings that are marked as question marks, basically. Gideon, with your, you know how to read Goblin, you read these maps totally fine, and it's clear they didn't go into Endsmeet. These observations and notes, they look like they mapped the paths of certain people, but you do notice they mapped the path of one certain individual that you recognize as the human form of Turiax. There's a lot of mapping going on. It seems like the hobgoblins were doing a whole lot of research about this particular green dragon, it turns out.
That's what I was hoping for. Good job, buddies. I'm sorry you all died. Except
The-
for
There's two
Kopak
left.
and the
There's
scout.
two. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a survival
at
check,
least
Gideon,
two
as
left.
you look at these maps.
That's pretty good. 23?
You understand, based on the maps that you're looking at, the hobgoblins have a few suspicions as to where Turiax's lair is. They were trying to follow him and isolate where they could ambush him. It didn't look like they actually got to a location, but it does narrow it down to about 4 different spots. Each of them are east of Endsmeet. One of them is remarkably close to Endsmeet, and that one seems, well, you recognize it. It's the Firewatch Tower.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
We did see a dragon there.
There
Yeah.
was a lot of notes about Turiax being interested in that particular tower. He spent a lot of time near it, according to these notes from the hobgoblins. That doesn't necessarily
There's
mean
gotta
it's
be
his lair,
dragon
but there
hole
might be
there.
something there.
It's a place to pick up a trail, though.
Uh-huh.
The other
That's probably our
locations,
first stop.
they're not near landmarks. They're just
Mhm.
out in the woods, which is about as problematic as it could be. However, one particular location is, from what you can tell, a report from a hobgoblin scout that ventured farther into the Goldwood than any of the rest of them. He was the forward scouting party before the rest of the Iron Fangs even arrived in this area. And according to his notations, he remarked a draconic fight occurred 300 miles east of Endsmeet.
Like dragon on dragon?
Yes.
Yeah, they're fighting for territory, so that might have been like at the border.
Was it the female green dragon?
I mean,
Yes, that would make sense.
who else? He said they'd fought, right? Turiax even
Is-
mentioned that.
Sure.
Is it clear when that happened? Because he had mentioned
No.
that, but I don't know how long that was.
But
Could've
it is recent enough that the evidence of the fight is still there. Which, Gideon,
look
with
at
that
that.
survival, you know it has to have been within the last... I mean, a dragon fight is a big thing. It could have been within the last 30 years.
Yeah, okay. Gotta be talking about the he
That's
even
the only
mentioned,
dragon
right,
we know he had beef with. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and he tried to make a proposal and she didn't like it.
Oh yeah, that was probably her no. Okay.
Thank you, Claudia.
Yeah.
All right, gathering up all this stuff.
As you're making that research, Artie, with a 23, you find 15 intact scales.
Nice.
No blood is salvageable.
Gotcha.
Gideon, Tess is gonna touch your shoulder, and a little like touch of twilight around you, and you've got vigilant blessing, which she does all the time, but I think it's like
Thank you.
more obvious this time.
Tess,
Yeah,
how are you feeling?
exhausted. We can stay. We can go to one of these locations, but I think it would be good to prioritize rest as soon as possible so we're fresh.
If y'all want to go ahead and take a camp out here, I'll go ahead and post watch for you. It's been a while since I've done it, but it's not the sort of thing you once forgets.
Gideon goes to shake Drenier's hand.
Oh,
Thanks for coming out here.
here's nothing.
No, it's not nothing.
Well, it's the least I can do. How about that?
I'll take it.
And he shakes your hand.
One thing that it does occur to me to do, and I think that this was your idea, Claudia, I don't know if it's worth spending the hours to go all the way back to Endsmeet, but if I'm not the only cleric with scrying, and if we can get my like scrying component to Targon, maybe he can find River quicker than I can because I need a rest first.
I
Well,
can run there and back. I'm pretty quick.
You're not that quick.
As a wolf, I'm actually quite quick.
and you need
I-
rest too,
You want to go
Claudia.
all the way back?
No, I don't.
I'm a
think
fighter
that-
warlock. I need short rests.
Oh my god, the youth. Frog got distracted. What was I talking about? Fuck it. ADHD.
You said you need rest too.
Oh yeah, Gideon didn't look happy about the idea of stop and rest, but he didn't. But like when we started talking about going back to Endsmeet as well, he's like, "All right, let's not get crazy." We have. I found the maps they were tracking. Do you remember that fire tower Slight had me check out? That Firewatch
remember.
tower.
And we
Yeah,
didn't really we didn't see much there, right?
Well, they noted that
We
they
weren't looking for a dragon.
Turiax out there a lot.
We did see
I
a
did-
dragon.
I could make the hut. We don't have to go back to Endsmeet. We can rest safely here. Drenier's offering to watch.
Yeah.
If
I mean, no, anybody who wants to head back can do what they're doing, but after I rest, I'm getting on the trail.
I was just offering that it might be quicker this way, but you're right. I think if we stay and we rest here and then go immediately, I'm all for that. I also think staying here would have some advantages because if any of the goblins come back, we can explain what happened to them and maybe
That makes
gather
sense.
up. I mean, I guess that is the other question. Do we want to ask if anyone from Endsmeet wants to come with us to finish this?
We don't really have a way to do that without going back there because we're out of magic. And going back there is a waste of time. Sorry,
we're not all the way out of magic. I have one slot. I could do ascending.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
No, you could. I was just thinking. Tana's off getting glass candles.
And I feel like I need to point out here that if you sending back to Endsmeet to tell Selite that you have defeated Turiax, and then you wish to go on a follow-up vengeance quest to retrieve River, I suspect Selite is going to say you've done well, and not to expend resources they don't need to, if you understand.
Okay, so we're not going to send anything back then.
I understand that River's a priority, especially to y'all. If my little skimgick was in trouble, I would be tearing up the world to try and find her. But Selite has the city's needs in mind. River is only one.
And
You
we
understand?
have what we need.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Artie's been standing here with just so many scales in his arms. Because they're big compared to him, and he kind of adjusts his arms and
They're like a shield to you.
Like almost a couple falling and hands one to Claudia. I know you're not like a hunting dog or anything, but maybe a scent would help. I'm keeping the rest.
Yeah, I can give
But
this a
does she
sniff.
need to eat it?
No, just
just
get the smell. She sniffs a lot. It's weird.
Then I imagine you
Get a
can
hold of
probably keep it once she's done, can't you?
Yeah, I don't
Oh
have to keep
I
it.
want it back for sure.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Can I sniff?
Yeah, roll
You
a
can hold it
perception
for a little
at
bit.
advantage.
You borrow it.
Yeah. Perception at
For context, each of these scales
Arr.
is shaped like a kite, and they are the size of a full dinner plate. Each scale is huge.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Yeah.
This whole conversation, he's just been sitting here, can't even see over them.
It's like a stack of 15. Claudia's gonna chew on it like it's like rawhide or something.
Your teeth don't get anywhere.
Just smell it.
Arr. I didn't do great.
It's like chewing on a piece of metal.
I have
Just
fucking
hold
11.
it for now, and when we're on the road and you need to get a sense.
It. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I know. Stop chewing. Get out of your mouth.
I'm gonna get you out of my mouth.
With an 11, Claudia, you know what Turiax smells like.
It's not great. Oh, okay.
The DC was 10. You have a
Yes,
scale.
please.
You're smelling it.
Yes.
Why I'm giving it to you.
What
You're
what does he
always gonna
smell
have-
like? Does he smell like that weird cut pine that we smelled before?
Yeah. Only much stronger, and also
Uh-huh.
with a almost like a slightly. When vegetation just starts to decay, it's a very pleasant smell. That is almost overwhelming coming off of the scale. It smells like the essence of the forest.
Fucking show him the essence of the forest.
Uh,
Yeah.
God feels no remorse as to his analogy.
We're about to start
So,
calling Gideon
should
that
I-
the essence of the forest.
Should I
Essence
start?
of the forest.
Should I start casting the ritual for the hut? What time is
Uh-huh.
it? How?
At this point,
What?
after your hike out here in the chase from Turiax and the fight, and then all the investigations and sifting through the maps and blah, 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 it's now like 6 in the evening.
Yeah, I might as well go to sleep now and get it started as fast as possible.
Yeah,
At least
the
start.
less time that we waste, the less recovery he gets to do.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I'm gonna ritually cast a tiny hut so that we can get our long rest.
Do you always dance when you do that?
Yes.
Dance if you want to.
All right.
Important
Drenir hasn't been on a
question.
watch with us.
When I'm scrying on River, right? Not on Turiax?
I think so.
Do we have anything of hers? Do you have anything of hers on you?
You know
Gideon,
her.
that I can for that? I know. But I think it's still useful if you have a.
So, if you're very familiar with the person, it reduces their wisdom save against the scry. If you have something of theirs, it reduces it even more.
That's, yeah.
But you are assuming that this individual is in a state to resist your wisdom save.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think she's the one that you should scry on.
Okay.
I think he's a dragon. He can probably stop that if he wants to. Okay, good night.
Good night. And Drenir
Let
just
us know.
climbs up into a tree.
Let us know if any of the goblins come back.
No, I thought I'd keep that nice and quiet.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Good night.
Trust his judgment.
Immediately fall asleep.
You kind of just hear
Drenir's
some
favorite throwing
quiet
is sarcasm.
muttering. Yes.
I remember Drenir's little kobold daughter. So cute.
Mm-hmm.
Skimgig is great.
Okay. So, is anybody staying up for watch, or are you trusting Drenir?
Connie will take a watch.
Okay.
I make him
Gideon
wait 8
watches
hours.
a little too.
Beware,
Drenir.
if you stay up, if any of you stay up, the long rest is going to take the full 8 hours. If you trust Drenir, it's only going to take 6.
I trust Drenir.
well,
Good
sleep.
night.
I'm getting. My
That's
6
the
hours
advantage of not
regardless.
having to take a watch.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you, Drenir.
Yeah.
Gideon does trust him too. He's like, yeah, okay, we're fine.
He's one
Okay.
of my many dads.
Why do you have so many?
I collect them
It's
because
okay.
in
He
real
rolled a
life
natural
I have none.
17.
Oh, good job.
Hold on. I got rolls. What's everybody's passive perception?
22.
25.
16.
Ah, 12. Jesus, guys.
Gideon and Tess. In the middle of the night, you both hear. They thought I was gone and I'm not gone. And then
Oh.
you hear that from outside the hut.
What?
The
It was one of those
Burbling.
demons, right?
Remember there was like a Burbling that was hiding?
Yeah,
Oh.
He was going to
Wow.
gank us, but
Herbalife?
Drenir saved our
that's
lives.
what they're called.
One of those weird little fucking...
The stupid flying demon. One of them had like a
They kept
ridiculous.
splitting.
Yeah, one of them had a
Whoa.
ridiculous dramatic death. The other one disappeared. And you
yep.
couldn't find him.
Yep.
He's been waiting this whole time.
Just gets nuked by Drenir.
Roll over. Go back to sleep.
Okay.
He's got this.
It is 2 in the fucking morning when all of you are awoken. All right. Time to move.
Okay.
Yep.
You can all hit the long rest button.
I just need to prepare my spells real quick.
That would have been smart for me to be actually doing, even though I've been thinking about it all day, huh?
Echo, how long does that ambrosia... I deleted it from my inventory like a fool. Is
lasted
it
8
24 hours?
It's
Only
not 24 hours.
8? Okay.
Only 8 hours.
All right.
It only lasts indefinitely if you don't take any damage.
Right,
Which is
I'm sure we all took damage in that
yeah,
fight.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Just a wee
Just
bit.
a little bit.
So the first thing that Tess is going to do when she wakes up is she's going to go into prayer position and say,
Face down,
and
pass out.
bow her head for Jamino and say, "Hey, boss, can you solve this for us right now?" And try for divine inspiration
Invention.
or divine intervention, divine inspiration. I'm looking at Velen's thing. Just took a long rest.
Roll a T100.
Ivspo.
94.
I
Without fail.
in the 90s. God damn it. Okay.
Joanna's like, solve your own problems.
Worth a try.
You
Worth a
just
try.
hear, like the calm voice, "It is not my time."
I appreciate it.
All right, let's go. Get on the road.
Well, do you want me to
Yeah.
scry first, so we have it, or do we want to wait to have a direction?
I want to
I
go
thought we
to
were going
Firewatch
to the
Tower.
Firewatch Tower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't you
Okay.
not have your scrying focus thingy? Weren't you talking about that?
I have my scrying focus. I just
That's
wanted
fine.
to know if we were doing it here safely in camp, or if we're going to the Firewatch Tower first.
I think we got a good lead. Let's get on it.
I'll head with you. Once we get to the Firewatch Tower, though, if there's nothing there, I gotta head back to Endsmeet, or I'm gonna be out here tracking with you all exhausted, and that's not a good thing to have for anybody.
No.
Yep, understandable.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let's go.
Let's gambate.
As
Is that
you're
Goblin?
as you're walking, behind you, Ryan says, "I have a question.
What's that?
If we beat his ass, and then, he ran away, like, wouldn't he be afraid of us?
He fucking better be.
So why don't we just try and lean on that, Try and, I guess, flex on him, as the kids say?
Mind games them? Yeah.
Should we
I
send him a
think
sending and
leaving
say,
a
we're coming
green
for you?
dragon alive to scheme is a way to end up future dead.
What you mean?
That's a problem for future us.
I mean, I suppose.
Well, we're now us. So I was trying to, think maybe we could make things easier for us now.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, you can send messages. Maybe we can just say something like, "Hey, you better give us back River or we'll fuck you up again."
Just like
But
that.
he knows we're
exact
going to do
words.
that.
That's his only hope.
Mm-hmm.
No one's given me a good reason why this wouldn't work. And I can't do it.
A spell slot that Tess doesn't need to spend. A spell slot of the level of which she could bring dead people back to
I'll
life.
do it. Give me the stone. Talk some shit to this dragon.
That's
With
just
my
the way
terrible charisma.
The stone
Gideon,
got
every time you
shattered, by
mumble
the
to
way.
yourself, he
Fuck
appears,
that
so maybe
dick.
you can just summon him.
That's
God,
just the way we handle things, in Rollo. Just fucking.
You're not wrong, Claudia.
Every time you've been like, strip a dragon, he's appeared. So maybe if you do that, he'll just be like, hello, oh shit, and then we'll
Okay,
kill him.
there's like, a constant stream of angry muttering, to be honest. It's like, and the stone shattered. Yesterday was a real bad day, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It can only get better.
Mm,
Vera gave me some sugar cane. You want a piece?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a few. And Ryan pulls out.
Did she give you
Some
those,
sugar
or did
cane.
you take them?
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
I'm pretty sure she was okay with seeing me take them and did not say anything.
Oh, okay.
There's not much I can do that she doesn't see.
Oh. Well, she's a cleric, that makes sense.
Why'd you say it like that?
We're pretty perceptive.
I was going to say, my experience with clerics is that they have many eyes in many places.
Ryan looks worried as he holds out a stick of sugar cane.
I eat.
I have
Everyone who
I
eats sugar cane gets advantage on initiative for the next 8 hours.
Hooray!
I have
Fuck yeah.
Put your blessing on
idea.
somebody else.
Go ahead.
I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I've been messing with some spells. in the last 5 minutes before we left. And I think I can have something that if we don't start by fighting them right off the bat, maybe it would work. So you remember when I did that spell that kind of incapacitated people, and I kind of realized that like electricity messes with people's brains? I
Yeah.
might be able to convince him to just let us have her without him
You
knowing.
think?
It's a shot, and if not, we fight. But if we have an opportunity when we first see him, if you could let me try it, and then if it doesn't work, we just fight him anyways.
Okay.
What do you think? What are you thinking, Artie?
So I like put my finger towards my head and like little electricity. Oh, I might try to, modify his memory to make him think that he agreed to a new deal with us, and we can get River back. And then once we get her safely, if we still want to kill him, we could still do that. But at least we can get her safely.
Yeah, because I still want to kill him.
Yeah. I'm super cool with that. But
I
I want
would warn you, dragons are not stupid.
to. Mm-hmm.
And if they suddenly remember something that does not make sense to them, you'll probably just have to kill them.
Worth a shot.
Oh, sure. Especially if that's your end goal anyway.
Yeah, we're not making peace with this asshole.
No, I'm of a like mind.
Maybe I can even mess with his memory to make him forget that.
By the way,
battle
Gideon,
ended
roll me
top down.
survival at advantage because Drainer's helping you.
Maybe I can like mess with his memories to forget that he even
Oh.
fought the hobgoblin camp, and kind of just make him think that we took care of the hobgoblins for him.
That's a natural 20. Okay. Gideon is a man on a mission.
Oh,
He has a particular set of skills.
I don't know why it did that so many times. And also, I rolled it at disadvantage, but we get the
Doing
point.
great.
Yeah,
Doing great.
I'm taking the 32 because I asked for
Yeah.
advantage and it was the first good one.
Yeah.
As you are marching along, Gideon, you have gotten to the point where you know the Goldwoods really well. You know the landmarks, you know the distant sights that you can see. The mountain covered in trees out in the center of the Goldwood is a good way to keep track of where you're going. Even the types of trees you're coming across, you understand the layout of the forest and the way the water has flowed through the soil. This is home. You're making excellent time as you're proceeding. You're no longer going through game trails and wagon tracks. You guys are cutting straight through the forest. Gideon is making straight lines out of curvy trees. It is the talents that a natural ranger is really quite useful for, and Claudia, you remember a time when you had just started to learn the inklings of this. Only seeing a professional handle it like this through the forest in the winter, it's impressive. And you almost feel a little nostalgic.
Almost. Incredibly.
It really is Aragorn around Weathertop.
Yeah. You have the time it takes to get back to equal with Endsmeet.
Oh my god.
You are basically back at the starting point without actually hitting the town of Endsmeet, and you're making your way toward the Firewatch Tower.
Fantastic.
At this rate, you're going to get there before the sun even rises.
Hell yeah.
In the dark, too. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is there a scry that's happening?
Yeah, I can scry. Absolutely.
I'm not telling you to. I'm asking if that's the plan. Because a lot of discussions have happened.
I don't know if we need to be like once we get to the Firewatch Tower, like that's like we need to be still, I imagine, to be doing a scry. I'm happy to do it, but I'm gonna take Gideon's lead.
Well, I figure when we get to the Firewatch Tower, like some of us will be looking around for signs anyway, and then you could do it then.
Sounds good.
Roll me a perception check, everybody.
Is Is it smell based?
We're in the forest, though.
We are in the forest.
Natural 20. 26.
Oh yeah!
Ow.
Good
Look at us
job,
critting all
Birdie.
over the place.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I still beat it, even though you got a natural 20.
Incredible.
Gideon, you meet it. With a 27.
The DC?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Because
my
I
God.
rolled real good too.
Oh, wow. Good job,
Good,
Gideon.
good job, eyes.
Yeah.
It's those carrots.
The sky is cloudless, a starry night. Even though it's approaching the darkest portion of the dawn right before the sun's crest, as you're getting closer, you see a winged form miles away and much smaller than Hurriax.
Oh, his lady friend, maybe. Much smaller?
Much smaller.
Oh, our
Ripper?
friend on the griff. They're a
It's
bounty
it's too far to tell if there is something on top of this winged form. But roll me a nature check.
hunter. Okay. I rolled so good. 23.
That's a wyvern. You only see the one set of legs
It's our
and the
friend.
stinger tail.
It's
Hey,
our
that
friend.
bounty hunter you guys knew. You guys saw him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's Hush. Hi, Hush.
Wave, maybe they won't see you. He's
You're
really
too far,
away.
yeah.
She waves wildly.
Aw.
Fuck, I can't even cast a message. I'll shock them.
Getting pats.
You're way too far away. Thanks.
How far did he say? Oh, he's a couple hundred feet, few hundred, 500, 800.
10 miles.
Miles.
Far.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Far away.
In the
No, more than
sky.
120.
A little bit.
Yeah.
27. Oh,
Got it.
it reminds me of that time Gideon rolled amazing and saw Jericho's body like hanging from miles
Yeah.
away. Anyway,
Yeah, I remember
Perception
that
checks
too.
can be dangerous. It is at this point as Pyrrhus only just begins to crest over the horizon, cutting through the trees and casting incredibly long shadows across the rickety old mossy wood of the Firewatch Tower that you arrive. What do you do?
Gideon looks at Drenyer. So, well,
Yeah,
thanks for coming this far. But should probably...
we made good time. I can stick around in case there's a problem, but depending on what you find, I might just be going back to town.
Hey, Artie.
Yeah.
Claudia, you want to help me ground for any
Search?
sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I sniff out the dragon specific smell?
Yeah, roll perception at advantage.
I'm gonna
Woo.
tap Artie on the back. Got your back.
Thank
Got
you.
guidance.
I'm gonna just scope like a general perimeter of the area, see if there's anything like trapdoors, any sign of human interference, or just kind of anything, or draconic interference.
I rolled a 13. My smell check.
With a 13, it's cold. The winter air makes it difficult to smell anything unique, except when you're right underneath the Firewatch Tower. You're in between the wooden posts that make its rise up high. And as you're underneath it and you're smelling, you smell ozone. And that's new.
Ooh. Magic. There's magic under here.
Guys,
Some
Some
Uh,
people see magic.
Is it
Yeah,
an
I mean,
illusion, maybe?
I don't know. I just smell magic. She's gonna like dig at the snow under the tower
Okay.
to look at the ground specifically. She's like, "Is there a trap door? Is there something hidden?"
We might
You-
need the
you
power.
find
so while
dirt.
you're doing that,
You do
She's
what?
still digging.
I'm gonna cast detect magic.
That's probably better.
Yeah.
As Claudia is digging and you cast Detect Magic, you find there is some latent magic in the air after you shock yourself for a little bit.
Yes.
2 damage.
Okay. You see abjuration magic,
Oh,
a
fuck.
ward of some kind. Only it's too old. You also don't see the actual sigil or symbols that make it. At least, not yet.
Can I kind of follow the tracks and try to find the actual word without, setting something off, like with caution?
Roll investigation.
For the
Can I help him?
You can certainly try.
31.
Still, but you have advantage. Might as well roll again.
Okay. 31.
On the dot.
Okay, one moment.
It's like, what, 31 wasn't good enough for you?
Yeah, 31.
Hold on a moment.
Yeah.
Blessings.
Okay. With a 31, as Claudia is like digging and digging and digging, you see, while for Claudia, it completely appears like she's just continuing to dig. You see, almost like illusorily burned into the soil, except as her claws dig into it, it's just a glyph.
I think this is a harmful glyph?
Well, you know it's abjuration, which generally is not harmful. Abjuration is literally protective. Every time Claudia's claws pass through it, Claudia doesn't see it, but the glyph like glows slightly.
Wait. Were you going to say something else? Sorry.
You can roll an Arcana for me.
Okay.
I'm also proficient in that, but I can't see it.
A dirty 20.
Rolled a 2.
You
Fuck you.
recognize this is a binding glyph. It's not keyed to blood or power, but to intent. It's also not designed to punish, but remind something of a promise once made, or a pact once sworn, an oath once taken. You cannot unleash anything else about the glyph until a certain condition is met, and you don't know what it is.
I say all of that. Any ideas? Why would he? Is he protecting?
From what I
don't-
gather, green dragons don't really make promises.
It could be like a vengeful promise, or a promise to themselves, or
Could
maybe
be
it was like the
Finding
wedding
somebody
promise.
put on him here.
Yeah. So
Hey, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you might be right. It could be something that was put on him because he has a connection to summoning demons and stuff, and I didn't think dragons were necessarily like that
Roll
was their
me.
forte.
So on your Arcana, which was a dirty 20, you know
Yeah.
a couple things. This glyph
Mhm.
is draconic in nature. It's not infernal.
Okay.
It's also not celestial. So this was magic placed here, either by a dragon or with draconic magic in mind.
Wow. I mean, I take back what I just said. It's definitely draconic in nature. Like, Claudia, move your head.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's
Sorry.
draconic. See, you're
Sorry.
covering it.
My bad.
If I have a feature that says I can send something in an area up to, it's either 1 mile or up to 6 miles, within 6 miles
It's
in my
based
favorite
on your
terrain.
favorite terrain, yeah.
Yeah, but does that mean, can I like purposefully
It's actually
make it
worse
the
if
smaller
it's
number?
better.
Can I just kind of check the area close?
If there's a dragon nearby,
Uh-huh.
yeah, you can try and focus
Okay.
and see if you
I
can
will
narrow the
spend
distance.
to
You
burn
can
a
do that.
spell slot, so
I also
Go ahead.
took locate creature today, which is literally
oh, well
will give us
that's
a a closer
Pretty
radius.
easy. You could
Would that
just.
be
Yeah.
would that be okay?
Well, let me burn my little level 1 ranger spell slot and just try
Okay.
this.
So, at what distance are you trying to concentrate? How close are you trying to go?
Within a mile, let's say, because that's the smaller value.
You
the
take a deep breath and you focus and you try and reach out, smelling the air, listening to the forest. There's no dragon within a mile.
He's not here. There might be a portal
He
or something.
could be protected against it.
I will also say,
Maybe.
Artie,
Yeah.
with that 31 investigation, you know this glyph was hard to find.
Artie, does this glyph at all match the teleportation thing that you found?
Does it?
No, not at all.
No.
Not even close.
No, it's a very different type of magic. This is whatever this is. It's important. I mean, this was not easy to find. This
If I do
he's
say so myself.
Why
Or
would
maybe-
you hide? A protective glyph.
covered
Hidden.
by intent. It has a condition, though, that needs to be met for it to stop protecting.
Can you
what it's
identify it?
protecting.
Is that
That one's
Well,
possible?
probably
Now,
dance.
listen, the hobgoblin note said they saw him here a lot. What if he has to come here to trigger this or something? What if that's part of the conditions?
Maybe.
I
If
could
you want me to
try
dance for 10 minutes, I can try. It doesn't.
Well, and
It doesn't
Claudia
feel
could-
like a very helpful use of my time, but maybe I could do that while someone is scrying.
Identify, helps you identify a magical item.
So it probably couldn't use it on this because it's not
This
an
is
item.
too broad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since I know the spell, I would know that, so I withdraw my suggestion that I could dance for 10 minutes.
You could try to
I mean-
tweak it, but it's shoddy
Okay,
at
a
best.
spellcasting check.
It is shoddy at best. I will warn you, that would be not easy.
But you're so cool.
You are very cool.
I'm willing to try, but I can't guarantee anything.
I think we might as well try. I'm curious. This is something that they saw Turiax around here, right?
Mhm.
What if he lost the fight with the other dragon?
Oh, I imagine he did. That's why he's trying to hire us to take her out.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is something that she put here as like a reminder that she won.
Well, those
Like
notes,
she peed on it, said this is my area.
I mean, those notes said that it happened. Well, the only draconic conflict noted, at least, was still way to the east.
So, if
100
this was a
miles
battle
or
that
more.
was a long time ago, this is not.
Could have been.
This doesn't look like a glyph that was cast recently. It had a lot of faint aspect of it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's been
This
here for
looks
curious.
much
a while.
older.
I want to see if I can. I want to see if I can figure it out. So I'm gonna start doing my ritual, but I am gonna try to tweak the ritual. If you want to do something else while I am spending all of this time, by all means.
Tess, you want to see if you can scry on River?
Echo, would this be a spellcasting check?
It would, yes. And your DC is based on who placed the spell.
So it's gonna be tough.
Yes. It's
but we're
contested,
gonna-
actually.
We're gonna try.
Can I guidance her? Or is that helpful?
Look
or
at
is-
this.
Is this
Look at his face.
Good luck.
She could still crit.
look?
Yeah?
I never said it. Okay, I never said it was gonna be easy.
Wish I could barter inspire the bard.
I'm going to, in addition to that dirty 20, I'm going to add my boon of luck from
Okay.
Dawes.
Sure.
Let me just pull up the number. I think it's a D. What is it? 1 second.
I think it's a D8, but I could be wrong.
I'm just checking because I know I wrote it down because I was very excited about it.
Is guidance allowed? I had
It's a
said this
D10.
before.
So this is not a thing, that's just an action. She's
Oh, I guess
doing
that's
this
not
as a
thing.
ritual, so
Yeah,
it's...
that's true. That's true.
Okay, so that's a 22.
You know,
We gotta.
as you focus on this, I'm gonna just This is taking you a while to do, so this is
Yeah.
going to be information that you'll have after whatever it is everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
This glyph is very old, at least a couple centuries.
Ooh, that is old.
Yeah. It is draconic in nature. There is... You know it was made with elven blood.
Oh. Metal.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's what you
That is
get.
Okay. I'll pass that on when everyone has done whatever they're doing for that while I'm doing that 10-minute ritual.
So what's everybody else doing?
Nothing useful.
Claudia
Scrying.
is, like, walking in a
Picking.
tight circle. Okay.
Clearing a full path so I can see the entire glyph and everything, kind of.
Yeah, I'm sweeping all the snow away.
It's not a big
Front
glyph.
party.
Doesn't take a whole lot. It just, you recognize that it is powerful. Gideon, what are you doing?
He will be trying to pick up a trail in the more mundane sense after he confirms, is Tess gonna scry?
Tess is muted, it seems.
Heck with you forever.
Tess will at Gideon's, she's at Gideon's disposal. So she'll happily scry during this time.
What do you scry on?
I'm scrying on River to see if I can see where she is
Okay.
and what
What's-
her condition is.
What is your spellcasting DC?
19.
That's pretty good.
With a 13, I fail.
Hooray.
What you see. Your senses are swallowed by the bottled lightning, as if pulled into a thundercloud in your hands before you. And as the mist and wind and fog pass through your senses, you are suddenly revealed an image, a scene. River is unconscious. She is bound. Her hands and feet are tied. She is held in enormous green claws. She is flying. She looks maybe 300 feet above the ground.
So she's in transit currently.
Yes.
Can I get... I'm mostly looking at her. Can I get a lay of the land at all where she is, or not so much?
Above the forest.
She's
You can roll me a survival if you'd like to try and get anything more.
not my strong suit.
Well, you're the one scrying.
21.
21.
That's pretty good.
Based on the shadows of the trees below you, you can tell that she is currently flying southwest.
Okay. From where? from
American
where we are?
Southwest.
From wherever. She's going in a westerly south direction.
Based on the position of the sun and the shadows. Got it.
Yes.
But we don't know where she's starting from or where she's going.
Mm-mm.
But we know that she's alive, and that's good.
You know
news.
that she's alive, that she's unconscious, and she's in the claws of a dragon.
Are you saying this?
Yes, I am. I'm saying it aloud as I
Okay,
say
if
it.
Gideon looks to the sky, to the southwest. Can I see anything?
You don't see anything southwest.
Sweep around. Do I see anything
To the
in the
north.
sky?
Anything northeast?
Do you wanna get on
Well,
the
there is a
tower?
tower next to you.
Yeah, I'll climb the tower.
Oh, that's true.
tower?
So smart.
Gideon, roll me a perception at advantage because you're looking over the forest and you're high off the ground.
Can I guidance?
You're
Oh,
high.
that's
You
so
can
good.
you can
though.
roll that, yeah. You can guidance this.
Oh, excellent. That's a D6?
4.
4.
A 30 base. A 33.
33.
Okay. I rolled a 4 on stealth. You see it's distant. It's real far. Just cresting over the treetops from here. You imagine it's the curvature of Anth that is actually making it hard to see. There is a green dragon flying in your direction.
Oh shit! We can spring a hello, like jump out from the tower.
It is hundreds of
So
miles.
Yeah,
So
he's
far away.
Right.
far
Well,
away.
we'll wait.
I mean, they fly pretty fast. Yeah, Gideon will clock it.
What do you see?
See a dragon coming this way. 200 miles out, maybe?
Holy shit.
Oof.
I didn't think he'd be back on his feet so fast.
Me either.
Guys, I have a theory. I've held it in. I just want to say I feel in my soul that this female green dragon is in on this. I don't know why, but it's pretty sus.
In on it?
And I'm willing to bet. Yeah, I don't know.
You think
I
it's
just
her?
They're working together.
maybe he was trying to get her favor by helping her get revenge for her dead baby. She has a baby. Maybe they're his. We never thought about who helped the other equation make these spawn.
He probably could have just killed us when he first saw us.
Green dragons like to be tricky.
Yeah, he's schemy. That wouldn't be satisfying. I'm just saying, I feel like that's the female. I don't know why. It just feels right to me. Not that that helps. That's my theory. I just wanted to say
So
it.
this sigil, this glyph, this
Mhm.
magic is ancient. It's hundreds of years old, and there was elven blood went into the working that made it. It's old. It's powerful. I couldn't figure out much more than that. It's not really what the Identify ritual is for, but definitely old as shit. I'm wondering if it was, I don't know, part of the bones of this structure when the Firewatch Tower was first made.
I mean, it's definitely draconic, so that kind of adds up. So, Echo, you said it's abjuration.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell that if I have a certain intent, it meets a condition to.
No.
What? Can you repeat that part again?
The glyph is just it is locked away. It is a promise of something. You don't know what. There is, in order to unlock the glyph, a condition has to be met. You have no idea what that condition is.
I reiterate that again. But I don't really know. It could be anything.
I could try to
But he
bleed
comes
on it.
here.
I don't know that it would help though.
Anybody an elf?
You're an Asmar.
Yeah, that's true.
She's just like, I'm generically special. Doesn't matter.
Why would bleeding on it
I-
help?
Superior.
But he
Well,
comes back here
I don't know.
regularly, so why would he do that?
How long do I think it would take a dragon?
To fly that
Flying.
distance?
Yeah.
If they're really dedicated, 30 minutes.
I feel like we should just snag it midair while we're waiting here. You know, and it passes over.
So, Gideon, you're still up in the tower?
I was wondering when I'm gonna come down just to make sure it does not counter spot me.
Roll me another perception check.
Okay.
Still at advantage because you're still in the tower.
Okay. There it is. Oof. Oh no, that's fine. 28.
At this point, she's finished the identify. The scry's finished. You see this dragon. It has made some progress since you last looked at it. It's not flying straight at you.
Heck.
It's flying more westerly than that.
Hmm.
It is flying
Okay.
in your direction, but you think it might be flying more towards Endsmeet.
I will immediately note that to Drunyer especially, and then hop down out of the tower and All right. We could go. If we head this way, we can maybe cut it off. Not be too
Intercept
far
him?
behind it. Yeah.
Going to Endsmeet.
You think
Following
you
you.
think that maybe he's trying to like open negotiations and parlay or something?
Could be.
If that's the
Claudia's right.
case, then maybe a message might be in order.
To Slight? I can do that.
I was thinking to
The
the
dragon.
dragon,
Mm-hmm.
if he's trying to parlay, we don't want him to get any closer to Endsmeet than he has to, so...
Claudia's right, and that's the lady dragon. We might find that out with a message too. If you tried to reach him and he were unconscious, then that would be answer enough.
You could tell
I
him
think that's
to meet
sound
us.
plan.
That's
Tell
a
him to meet
firewatch
us
symbol.
where your promise is kept hidden away by the glyph. So
Ooh.
we seems
think
like
this
That's
we
is
have
poetry, Artie.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it was artful, but I don't think this is his promise. It's hundreds of years old.
Yeah, we
So
don't know.
he's a
Dragon's
dragon.
old? Yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
wanna-
but
It's poetic, but I don't think we want to assume anything. I think we should say you should.
Don't
I
tip your
like it,
hand.
Artie.
Remember, he told you that.
I'm trying to lead it like we know more than we do, but
Yeah, but then what if we're wrong?
Should
then
I
he
try to
shows up to
call?
the wrong spot.
Should I try to? Should I try to call him by his name then?
Yeah, you can message him, right? You know him.
Well, yeah, but if it's not, if we're messaging this dragon and it doesn't end up being Turiax, we don't want to tip our hand either.
No, I think you messaged Turiax.
yeah, you messaged Toriax. We don't know that other dragon is
Yeah.
or isn't Toriax.
Okay.
And well, what do you think you should say?
There's Greedy Boy.
I think it's time we meet
Mm-hmm.
You have
by
something
the
of
tower
ours.
where the promise is hidden. Like nice and cryptic, right? No.
No,
No.
Arnie.
Why? Don't we want him to come here?
Yeah. Yeah, well, we can just tell
I think
him
we can
where it
say
is.
I think
Why don't you
we
just
can
say at the fire tower? There's only
Fire tower, you
one.
keep fucking around. Yeah.
So much cooler that way.
Artie, I liked your poetry, but I do agree that maybe we should just be frank.
One, especially. I think
Who's
it's
Frank?
especially. I mean, he's hard to. He's
I
hard
don't
to
know.
read.
Frank and
Yeah.
Nemesis is one of Artie's daggers.
Yeah, we
Yeah, it's one of
can't.
my daggers.
Oh.
My hand run your Frank.
Oh, it's the blunt one.
Yeah. To
I'm
be
not as
frank.
interested in playing the
like
mind
what you
games
did
with
there.
them because we learned the hard steel games are the ones we win.
Mhm.
So what's happening?
I think M's typing up a message.
I'm working on it.
Okay. While you consider your message, we're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break.
Yay, I wanted juice.
Wake. Juice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as we return, you have a message to send.
Yep.
What is it?
The message is Turiax. We would like River back. Let's parlay. We're at the Firewatch Tower.
Your spell fails.
Shit.
Oh,
So
what?
I
That
don't.
might have been
he's unconscious.
No.
Or
He's not on this
He's-
planet.
He's either not on this plane or he is dead.
He's shielded or dead.
Oh,
He's dead,
shit.
though.
right.
I mean, we
Claudia,
did
you might have
almost
been
kill him,
right.
so he would have been really weak
maybe.
if she happened to turn up in his lair.
Claudia, you might have been right.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe she's coming to parlay.
Have we ever?
Well,
met
we've
her?
never met her. No, but we know who she is.
I mean,
Have
Gideon
we ever
just looked at her.
seen her?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe from a distance.
no.
You
my God,
saw her.
guys.
You might have seen her flying, but you haven't seen
Yeah,
her.
You
You
guys,
never-
he can't
I've,
identify her.
I've sent a sending to a dragon that I just saw one time before.
Yeah, you
That's
do
true. That one in the the tears.
Thing that
Another.
can't happen.
Are you willing to try to contact her, Tess?
I mean, if we're really sure about this theory,
I'm sure
It's a
about
green dragon.
nothing.
Yeah, we're not sure about anything.
I mean, the downside is if she's like asleep or she doesn't know about this, like we could just be waking up the ire of another dragon.
Some dragon is flying through the sky with River in its claws.
Fucking dragons are in this woods.
And some dragon is in the sky.
One would assume
Right.
at least two.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll do it. Verdant Death is her name, right?
2-6. The Verdant Death.
mhm.
2-6.
2-6 and Turiax.
Hey, 26. Let's go.
TNT.
Could tell her, if you finished our kill, we'd like the girl.
Maybe we go more general, because what if we're actually working together?
Then why did the sending fail to him?
I mean,
Maybe he's hiding in a different plane because he's injured.
He could also still be unconscious.
He could have gave.
Would the spell fail if he were unconscious?
No.
That's what I thought.
I mean,
Tess, you know how the sending spell works. If it fails, they are either shielded, in another plane, or dead.
He could be shielded.
Tess looks
Mhm.
at the glyph that Artie pointed out. I mean, you said it's abjuration magic, right? That could be a shield.
But yeah, I mean, he could have abjuration magic on him. This isn't that, though. This specific glyph isn't that.
I mean,
I
how
think
long
if
is
it,
Are
if
we
it had
sure? How long is
activated, it hasn't been activated. I think we know that, right?
The glyph hasn't
Because
changed.
it's still dormant.
Oh, I'm just curious, like, how if he'd make that contingency on himself a long, long time ago. Maybe?
I don't know enough about magic.
I mean, there's equal possibilities that she killed him. There's equal possibilities that his contingency when he goes unconscious brought him to a different dimension.
Or a
Or
demi
included
plane or
some
something.
shielding from.
Demi-plane.
His
Yeah,
lair.
You got the
connected from it.
wrong bartender out here. Liam's the one who knows about magic.
Mhm. Now,
Well-
useful.
We appreciate you anyway, Dreadnir.
Hmm.
But it's all equally possible that they're working together, like Claudia said, and maybe he dropped River off with her before the whole encounter. With the Gabos. I don't. Maybe less likely for that option, but if I was to bet, it probably is what Gideon said, in that she finished off the kill and now has River.
Well, what are we definitively doing? We're going to intercept this dragon, right? And get River back?
Yeah.
We're
Whether we
waiting
talk to
for-
her first or not?
Yeah, we're waiting for Tess to finish writing down on that piece of paper what she wants to say.
Hang on, I gotta count some words.
If she is headed to Endsmeet,
Yeah.
I don't like
And
that,
River's
by the
alive.
way.
No, she wanted to destroy Endsmeet, right?
Well, if
we don't
she
know
did
that.
finish him off, she would have found River and known that it was some mischief he was up to.
River is an obvious bargaining chip to try to get Endsmeet off her back.
Or the
But
hobgoblins.
Or she knows that's where we are and she doesn't like us.
I'm gonna need you to quit intimating that she might be trying to kill River as revenge for whatever the fuck y'all did when we were split up.
I wasn't
we
there for
defended
that. I was
ourselves
with you,
with what we
Gideon.
did.
I mean,
Obviously, I would not want to tell someone's mother after I killed them that I was just defending myself, but it is what we did.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm sure
She
she
was just
knows.
defending herself.
She's a green dragon. Like, I'm sure she was training her babies to eat people.
Yeah. I just don't think she cares.
She was training her babies to lie and deceive and scheme. Eating
Mhm.
people is sort of incidental.
What do you think? Is okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Tess will burn another sending. 2-6. This is Tess of the Wild Hearts. Apparently you have our teammate. We want to parlay for her. We're at the Firewatch Tower.
You hear? Fine.
She got the
Is that
message.
it?
She's on. As far as we know, she's on her way.
Can I help you?
My orange has abandoned me.
A one-word response is so intimidating.
Okay.
We gotta try that play one time.
Fine.
Right? Just fine.
Next time
Should-
somebody sends you a message, Artie, keep it to one word.
Yeah.
Challenge level
I don't think you
impossible.
physically can.
Oh, all right. Good job, Tess.
We need to get
Tess is-
prepared, right?
Tess is going to linger near Gideon and then tap him on the shoulder again. And a little, like, burst of eyes will kind of, like, the three eyes will sort of, like, spread over your head and shoulders. But in this kind of, like, green, they're all various shades of green. You have protection from poison for the next hour.
Thank you.
He's gonna be
I'm
the only one who
going
survives.
to take this elixir of health I have and put it in the handy hop up for a quick little stabby stab.
The STD cure.
Yeah. It removes blind, deafened, paralyzed, and poison conditions. Use it as a bonus action.
Hey, Claudia.
Yeah.
We're doing a buff train. Gideon will pat you on the shoulder, and he is going to cast Longstrider on you.
Ooh,
that's fun.
jumpy. What I
Just
do though?
in case. It increases your walking speed by 10 feet for an hour.
Fuck yes.
Because you keep
You're
being
keeping
5
10
feet too
I
short.
just can't quite make it.
That's so smart. That's so smart.
Look at this.
Echo,
Yes.
Can
Dumb little
Claudia
ranger
get-
spell.
a grappling hook ready
I have all the
just
stuff to
in
make
case. Yeah, can I just get a long ass bit of rope and something I can hook onto potentially a dragon?
Sure.
Okay. How many feet of rope do you have, Artie?
it. Oh, I got so much rope. It's not even funny.
So I have
also
50 feet.
Yeah, give me that. I have 3 crowbars that I can fashion and
And bend.
and yeah, I'm gonna file down the edges to make it sharp so it'll hook in, and I'll wrap them together so it's a 3-prong grappling hook.
What is happening right now?
Just in
Made her a
case.
grappling hook.
All right.
If I don't think I'll be able to keep her on the ground, but I could maybe stay attached to her if she's trying to.
Sure. I'm
What
also
if
gonna
this
do
is?
this too.
I mean, maybe this is a stupid question. What if this is genuinely a parlay?
It's good to be ready.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, when have we interacted with a green dragon and it wasn't completely Gaslight City? Like,
Yeah.
I
Also,
do.
here.
I agree with Velen, though. I think at the very least we should try to
I won't
open-
have it out.
That's the closest thing. I mean, we absolutely cannot attack her while she still has River.
Unless there's no choice.
We'll kill River. We can't attack her. while
Well,
she has-
I'm saying unless there's no choice. That's the operative words.
I'm gonna cast enhance ability on myself for charisma.
Okay.
I'm gonna tuck the. How many feet of rope are you attaching to this grappling hook, Artie?
We can do 50, and I'm also giving you a +1 javelin that's gonna have rope attached to it
Fucking-
as well, because I don't know if crowbars are gonna go into dragon.
But it might hook on itself. You know.
Yeah. But so you have a +1 javelin as well as
Okay.
a mundane grappling hook made out of
Maybe I should try to
crowbars.
be smarter instead of more charming, but no.
No, play to
gotta
your
play to my
strong suits,
strength.
right? Yeah.
Fist bump Artie.
Yeah.
So it's 50 foot of rope on both of them.
Yes.
Okay. I just need to know
As
how
you
close I have to be.
I wanna
prepare
use
this grappling rope,
You know what? Sorry. I'm cutting another rope and I'm making them both 75. Because I feel like
Oh,
they're
okay.
only 70 away.
Gotcha.
Continue, so-
you see above you the broad green wings of a massive dragon suddenly spreads over the clearing around the Firewatch Tower.
Is she bigger than him?
Yes.
Nice.
Of course
She
is.
descends in a spiral, wings wide and slow, and all of you can see she's carrying River in one claw. Her massive body coils partially around the clearing as she drops River gently in the snow. Her eyes, emerald and unblinking, lock onto you, and she speaks aloud, her voice a venom-laced whisper that coils like smoke. So you are the ones who brought him down. I would say I'm surprised, but you carry the stink of desperation. And desperate creatures claw harder than most. She paces a few steps, wings flexing as she coils them around behind her. She's 30 feet from you all, River 10 feet closer, and her gaze lingers on River's unconscious form.
We do our best work at need.
He came here, to my lair. Crawled in with the arrogance of a male who has mistaken fear for respect. Brought this one as a prize, a threat. Thought to bend me with old shadows, with old wounds. And she, looks up at all of you with a glare again, and she says, you took that wound from me. That thing. That spawn of his, gone. You did what I could not. Or would not. I owe you nothing. But I owe you this place peace. And as she, spits the word as she's looking past you towards Endsmeet. For hundreds of years that was our pact, and I will not see it shattered, because he overreached. And she gently, nudges River to you, rolling through the snow. I return this child because I choose to. Not for you, not for your victories, for the law I laid long ago. Consider your triumph lucky. He was stronger than you know. And next time, if you come hunting dragons, make damn sure you understand whose lair you're treading in.
Gideon goes to gather River up and just kind of tips his head to her. Ma'am.
Ma'am.
I think it's a lesson well learned. Thank you.
Do not
I know you-
thank me. I did not do this for you. The
You did this to
child
keep your promise.
Child is not mine to keep, nor his. He broke a pact I have honored for centuries. His stench fouled my sanctuary. I will not be seen as complicit in his trespass.
Fair to me.
First time you've ever seen Artie like this, dumbfounded, mouth open, just nodding his head. Uh-huh. Wasn't expecting that. Uh-huh.
So
No
we
words.
we didn't bring him down then. You did.
We did.
We helped.
He was bold enough to drag his filth into my lair, to leave his mark on what is mine. I would see him dead 100 times for that.
And just to be, he is dead, right?
She doesn't say anything.
I think he's dead.
Take your
Say-
girl. Take
I got
your glory.
Is she unconscious still?
Yes, 100%.
Is she
But
hurt?
stabilized?
No, she's not hurt.
Okay, so healing her
trauma.
wouldn't-
He
Heal
is
her.
gone. Whither I care not. Do you think I'm fool enough to keep him here? To wait for him to wake and speak again? No. His blood is steaming on my stones.
Ooh. That's
The,
metal.
the forest will grow greener for his corpse.
Ooh.
Gideon just takes off his coat and wraps it around River. He's not sure what else to do. And holds her.
Your healing stag.
You're
You
right,
healing
Lois.
stag?
Your little healing stag.
I could cure it. She's not hurt.
You don't know
Artie,
that?
don't you have like a fix everything hop up shot?
She,
Do that.
she
Gideon's holding
paralyzed,
her.
deafened, poisoned, or any of that?
He will try to cure wounds on her.
You could do a medicine.
She awakens.
Okay.
Little girl.
Sometimes
Well,
it's as easy as
nothing.
that.
She's
Not dead.
dizzy and confused.
Hey.
Uh,
Hey, you're okay. You're okay.
How did I get here?
He kind of looks past her at the dragon.
Why? She.
You're okay.
Ah!
Gideon just hugs her.
Or he just closes his mouth for the first time, like a big gulp.
Fantastic.
Well, we'll be on our way. Kind of like bows in a weird, awkward bow, and like gestures to everybody, like let's fucking go.
There-
2-6 just flaps once and is gone.
Damn.
Holy shit, she is so badass.
That was power right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
So she wanted her baby dead, but she couldn't kill it?
because it was his. She's ashamed that she got
Eesh.
a baby with him, I think, is what I'm
People are
getting from that.
complicated.
Yeah.
Even dragon people.
But that explains the glyph. It's
Artie-
her
Yeah.
power.
Artie, the glyph was gently glowing the whole time she was there.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was her pact with Endsmeet. That would make sense, and Slate probably knows about it.
Oh.
That's why Slate wants to make sure this tower.
It's
That's good.
okay.
Yeah.
That might be
That's why she sent us to check on it.
why Turiax was trying to mess with it and find its condition. Then if he
Probably.
meant maybe to break it,
Oh.
trying to sabotage her.
Probably.
Like
Alright,
I
that
know
went-
about it. She's the only elf I know.
That went way
Better
better
than-
than. Oh, you're right. She is an elf. That was probably her
That's
blood.
right. I said that. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
you're-
well, I'm dumb, so I missed that.
I think we should get back to town ASAP.
Yeah, for
Everybody's
sure.
really worried.
Yeah,
Let's send
this-
River home and make some soup or something.
Yeah.
It's really
we have to
freaking
talk
cold
about
out
Lily.
here.
Yeah, I bet
Yeah, I know, girl,
Knuckle
come
has.
on.
I bet Knuckle has some soup on already. We can.
Yeah.
You were
Seems kind of yearning for knuckle soup.
you were kidnapped by a dragon on your way to work today. Yesterday.
Yesterday.
The last thing I remember was smelling flowers. I guess that
Maybe
makes
that makes
sense.
sense.
And then she throws up.
Oh,
Fallon,
Gideon holds her hair.
Fallon, do you want to give her that cloak I made you for a little bit, just to warm her up?
Oh, sure.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wrap her up in that.
So, you guys
It's
begin
the-
making your way back toward Endsmeet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Drenir, like, kicks his crossbow back up over his shoulder and he says, "Well, that went a whole lot better than I thought it would. Hot damn."
Right?
Yeah.
Me too.
I was not expecting that to go that easy.
I've got such cool grappling hooks, though. She's spinning them.
I don't know if
Yeah,
easy
so-
is the word I would use.
Girl, you only got one eye left. Be careful.
But man,
Yeah, that healing's a little beyond me.
I mean,
Well,
if
She got a new one, don't worry. She could see nightmares and shit.
I
What?
can.
Yeah.
I look at you and
The
your.
night
What's his nightmare?
nightmare opal.
So rude.
I rolled a 1. His nightmare is standing over a rainy grave,
Mm.
alone, with the markings of his daughter on the tombstone.
Aren't you glad to know,
Jesus.
Claudia? Aren't you glad?
Single tear rolls out of her good eye.
You all right?
Yeah, it's just been a day, 2 days, weeks, my life, really.
Yeah, it's been a rough life.
Wow, that got deeper
Alright.
than I thought it would. Let's get on back.
If River is unsteady, Gideon will carry her on his back.
She
Oh,
is
River's
definitely unsteady. She's been in a forced comatose state for 24 hours.
A day and a half, yeah.
I can
Honestly, probably better than being flying through the air with no control in the claw of a dragon.
Yeah.
Tess.
Yeah, at least
Tess,
she didn't see that.
Tess is gonna say, "You're okay, kid." Give her a 4th level healing word.
She isn't hurt.
But it'll help her emotionally.
This Tess just wants her. It will make Tess feel better if she has more vitality.
She looks at you and says, "Thank," and just coughs
Ah.
more puke over Gideon's
Ugh.
shoulder.
That's what fatherhood is.
That's-
Just
need
Yeah,
it.
welcome to parenthood.
quick prestidigitation, no more vomit.
Oh, thank you.
Sounds like that's my cloak.
Tess.
Clean it off.
Look, vomit is gross.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like she's gonna want to be sitting there smelling it either.
It's true. You guys make your way back towards Endsmeet. Roll me a survival at advantage, Gideon.
That sounded good. 22.
You find the original tree gate that Solite told you about that led to the Firewatch Tower. And you're back on the outskirts of Endsmeet within 15 minutes.
Oh, beautiful. I love this forest.
Yeah, that's real good.
Especially now that it's got less green dragons infesting it.
I'd be a lot happier if it would stop spinning.
Oh, honey. We're almost there.
Okay.
We've all drank too much once.
Drunk is fun. This is not.
How old are you?
Oh, I
Hey,
didn't
wait
say
a
that.
sec.
How old are you?
Hang on, I have an idea. This is so dumb. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna use my 5 points of lay on hands to do lesser restoration.
Oh, that's not dumb at all. That's
Oh.
so cute.
Oh, good fun.
As you do that, suddenly River like
Neutralize-
straightens up and she's, oh, oh,
It's
that's,
good hangover
and
here.
she just like the relief that washes over her face.
Okay. I
I'm
let her
good.
sit down so she can walk. All right, let's go.
So fucking pleased with herself, and then she kind of ducks her head a little bit and goes, "Thanks, Doss."
It's your choice to use these gifts. You're welcome, I suppose.
Just take the damn thank you. Good grief.
I said you're
You did it for
welcome.
someone, Velen.
Good.
Don't yell at me.
All right.
Thanks, Velen. I appreciate what you did.
It's nice to be on the same page sometimes. I don't know.
Wow, giving your god all the credit for the stuff that you're doing. I wouldn't know anything about that. Like, not you at all.
No, I definitely did that, but we were on the same page. It's nice.
I'm hungry. I haven't
Yeah, we're
eaten
getting
in
soup.
a long time.
Yeah.
We're gonna go stop by.
We're gonna
Knuckle.
find old Knuckle and see what he's got on the
Stop.
cauldron.
Yep. Don't worry about your shift today, River. Obviously, you've been kidnapped by a dragon, so that's a reasonable excuse.
You know, my boss would still expect me to come in.
Well, this is not a capitalistic society, so
This is a fantasy world.
That's why it's a fantasy.
Hooray!
I'll just see if Liam feels up to running a little longer and deal with that consequence.
Get some food in her and let her rest.
You guys make it back to Endsmeet. Let me go ahead and pull up.
Hooray. We should probably also tell Light that at least one dragon problem is solved.
Yes, we have good news for once.
Was Turiax the one who told us that 2-6 was upset with us for killing the baby?
He
Yep.
was.
God damn it.
He never,
I can't believe we ever believed a word he said.
Everything out of his mouth was a lie.
Kind of feels
Well-
like that's the thing that Green Dragons do sometimes.
It is, but it was
She
very
has a
easy
modicum
to
of
believe
honor.
that a mother would be upset that her child was killed.
Like, he was mad at us
no.
for killing his baby.
That's clearly right.
Probably.
He was the one mad at us the whole time.
Well,
And now he's gone.
Well, that explains why he was keeping such close tabs on you. Probably why he didn't make a full move on you in the first place.
He wanted his vengeance and his control and his whatever. Well,
And he wanted us to suffer like he suffered. That's right.
I mean, who knows
Wanted
what
to
he
find
wanted.
something of value to you. And then take it from you.
now his blood is going to fertilize the trees. So
Hooray! Happy ending.
Can't wait for more
Victory.
Fae shit out here. And Trainer starts heading back towards the tavern.
victory
Oh.
for the Goldwood.
Every day.
Didn't we ask Tana to get a whole bunch of stuff before we just ran out of town?
Yeah, that
Yes,
was
I
for
did,
the
but
other.
that was for Lily.
Yeah. I'm sure
The
she'll
other
be
girl.
happy to see us alive.
So, yeah, well, I mean, we definitely owe her an explanation, but I think that some of it is probably scuttlebutted its way back to town since we told Solite.
Yeah, Drinir knew we were running off after River too. So I'm sure they heard it. But yes, clearly Gideon will go inform her. I mean, we're taking.
You find Tana at number 3 Walker Way. She is busy. She actually comes flying out the front door with like a pouch of components in her hands and sees you as you're approaching, and she's, "Oh, you're back?"
Hey. Back again, all of us.
I'm relieved to see you whole. How did... And then
Oh.
she sees River, and she's like, "Oh, goodness. That's a relief."
Yeah, we I mean, it was a whole thing. We went and met the dragon at the Hobgoblin War Camp and figured out that he had River and they didn't. And I mean, we basically killed him. But he
Mhm.
had some wizard shit that teleported him away, and
Ah, yes.
then we
But then
already
he
said it was
he
called
tried to
contingency? Containment?
Contingency is the spell. Yes.
There you go.
he tried to like smooth up on his ex, and she was like, "Nah," and killed him.
Yeah, I guess he took River to her, trying to incite her to finish it off, and she finished him instead and brought River back to us.
We need to go talk to Solite. Do you want me to go?
Tell that same exact story. You
I have much more preparations before plane shift is ready, so by all means, go finish your business.
Yeah, just letting you know.
It's
Get
good to
her
know
my
that I'm
home.
not doing this for nothing. And she
we
just-
lived.
Yeah, continues on.
Gideon, if you want to stay with River, we can go talk to Solite.
Okay.
Soup.
I mean, you can come, but
No, he'll get River food and get her situated.
get her a
Zip up.
shot too.
Get her a shot.
I'm gonna pour a little shot of whiskey, just leave it on the table, and wink at River.
She kind of looks at it based on how ill she was feeling a moment ago, and she just doesn't drink it.
Wait till after the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, no empty stomach. River said that drunk was fun, and whatever she was feeling was not. So she implying that she has drank before.
Older than 14, right?
She works at a
bar.
tavern. Of course she's drunk.
Yeah.
Kids.
They're not
These
ki- yeah.
rapscallions.
Yeah, let's go talk.
Teenager is a very modern conception.
This was back when ale was safer to drink than water.
That's a myth, by the way.
person.
You're a myth.
Okay. You guys go to Selite. Who all is going to talk to Selite?
Sure, me.
I am.
By all means, leave it on Artie, because that's always great.
I got
I'm
this.
going. I'm gonna tell the
Okay.
tale.
No, I'll go too.
Okay. You
I'll stick with Gideon and River. Bodyguard.
okay? Gideon and River, you guys gather yourselves up some food from Old Knuckle. He's happy to provide some stew. He seems pleased to see River once again. And he's back to being as cheery and red-faced as always. Everybody else, you go
Okay.
talk to Selite. Selite says, "Well, this is good news, I can already tell."
It is. Velen will tell the story. I don't particularly want to say the whole thing again that we just did.
Uh-huh.
She's not really leaving anything out. She does pay particular attention to the affirmation of the pact and the glyph at the Firewatch Tower.
Roll me an insight check,
Okay.
Can I also insight?
if you'd like.
Is in there? Oh, nope, terrible.
With a 22, Velen, Selite doesn't seem to know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
Oh,
Interesting.
But, like when you're talking about the glyphs, Selite's basically like, okay, well, I had not heard of any trouble from 2-6, the Red and Death, ever, so when you did start speaking of rumor that 2-6 was massacring, I was concerned. But if that was all a fabrication by our deceased friend,
Seems likely. He definitely had an axe to grind. And now she's killed him. Well, she and we.
I think you definitely teed up the opportunity.
I think so
Right,
too.
That glyph had elven blood in the pact. Was it yours?
No.
I didn't. I knew you weren't that
Just
old.
ask people
Yeah.
whether they've bled on something.
I mean,
No, I would be interested to research that.
Well, Endsmeet is, at this point, a couple centuries old. That might be one of the original settlers.
That tracks. I wasn't insinuating you were that old.
If we
It-
had,
It would not matter if you were.
You look great.
I might
Thanks.
poke around at the
Thanks.
quill and see if I can find history books about.
The only one I know who's old enough and still lives here to have been original settler or have known them is Sadie. And
I'm not there.
Sadie is bananas. So,
Yeah, that's why I was thinking books.
Where did we leave off with Sadie? Because the last time we encountered
Not
her,
Not well.
We were
Yeah.
we were gonna harass her, but then I think we wisely chose
Butter.
not
I
to.
vaguely remember
butter
something
bandit.
about butter, yes.
the butter. yeah.
We did not pursue that thread, which is thank God for
She's
that.
still around. I got to talk to her.
Yes, she camps out in the northern woods.
There you go. Give her a jingle.
Generally
Already.
picks up garbage around the tavern if you must. Anyway, I'm glad to see that River has returned. I'm glad that everything is returning to a semblance of normal. And the threat of perishing by Green Dragon is in the past.
I'm afraid that the top goblins mostly didn't survive either.
Perhaps,
Couple did.
perhaps a message should be sent to someone?
There was at least one that got away. I'm not sure who to write to though, or
You have a
Yes,
name?
what-
We could animal messenger.
I can't remember. Velen would probably remember this, but I don't.
Who are we looking up here? Is this the druid? Sorry.
The same name as the champion.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, I
Hey,
have that.
that's
I have
right.
that
I
written
wrote a
down.
whole song about this name. Fucking hell.
No, I got it. I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. I have it. I know I wrote it down. Hang on.
Goes Roxanne.
Roxanne.
I tried to search in my notes, and that was a bad idea because there's notes.
Oh, no.
But it's in this last entry. It
Started
begins
with
with
a K,
a
maybe?
K.
Yeah.
It begins with a K. It definitely begins with a K.
Orthac.
I have so
Korthak.
many.
Ketamine.
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 Oh, ketamine.
Oh yeah.
Goodness.
Okay.
He's a trip.
Yep, Korthak.
Was that not the name of the one Arctic duel?
Apparently, I don't know. Maybe there are multiple.
Oh, goblins.
I beat that guy and then they killed him.
Oh,
The warlord
Right on the
himself is
spot.
no longer alive,
I see.
and
So-
we don't know the name of the scout. So Korthak is the only lead we got.
I see.
I don't really know him either, but we have a name, and I can try to.
There, you never heard another name, I don't think.
Okay.
So Light
So-
says, Korthak, all right. I can have a animal messenger sent regarding the death of Turiax. You're confident he's dead.
Well,
I mean, it
You
is
take
theoretically
Green Dragon's word
possible
for
that
it.
she was lying to us when she said that, but we did bring him to unconsciousness, and then she brought us River and said that his blood was watering the forest. So
I mean,
That-
I also cast ascending to him today, and it didn't go through, and that could mean that he is shielded or in another plane, but it could also mean he's dead.
Well, I suppose we're going to have to take 2-6's word for it. I hate saying that.
yeah,
can-
maybe one of us, maybe
Let us let the forest settle down a little, and then
Okay.
perhaps we can send a scout to find the original lair and track down what happened. Because if there is a green dragon's corpse out there, it's going to be there for a while.
I can't scry on a corpse, right? I know that already.
Has to be a person or a location.
It would be the same thing.
Could
Okay,
you-
got it. Same
We
thought.
shouldn't.
Test this
She-
may be. It's a yes or no question, right?
Yes, you're right. What a
Is
good
Turiax dead? Yes.
Yes.
No.
Artie, you had a
So
question?
the next.
Now, 2-6 said that his body lays on her stone, so I'm assuming like it's like a trophy outside her lair. So I definitely don't want to go poking around in her hood.
No, I think I'm not there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
forgetting.
mess with her. She was pretty pissed. I mean, she
Same
made
girl,
very
same.
clear that she was not returning River for us. She was doing it because she was keeping her word, and he didn't get to break her word for her.
There's
Yeah,
some ancient
She's a
pacts.
badass.
Yeah.
Hmm.
She was huge.
You would know about an ancient pact that a green dragon made with the city, though, right?
No.
That's why I want to go to the quill.
I think if we can ever get any ivory around here, it might be smart to cast legend lore on that glyph. If that's something that you can do with that spell. I don't know if that's something you can do with that spell.
Pretty
That's-
sure it needs to be
It needs to be an
a
item.
thing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Unless you tweak it.
I
Tweaking
am
is
not
always
gonna
an
try.
option.
I'm not gonna try to mess with a spell that powerful. She says to Claudia, who isn't here.
Let's just have Tess ask if he's dead or not, and then.
let's just start. Yeah,
That might be
that's a good-
wise. However, with this threat gone, and perhaps with these hobgoblins, from what I understand, they were not hostile?
It turns
No.
out
Okay.
God.
I can have Thomas and Shelby resume their normal ranging paths, which is a relief, though I'm going to say we're going to keep things a little careful and tight for the next week or so. Which means, for the rest of you, I'm going to recommend if you have other tasks you wish to accomplish out in the Goldwood, give it a little time. These sort of events, dragons running amok, they do things unexpected to the Goldwood. The Goldwood has a soul, and it was wounded, after all.
what if we were gonna go to another plane?
Why?
That wouldn't. Well, it wouldn't hurt the Goldwood, right?
I
So it's another
suppose
thing.
not. Well, it depends.
River has a sister, and we think she's being helpful.
Nine hells.
Like, same day
I have
situation.
14 nieces, each
Each
more
in peril.
imperiled than the last.
Delight, it's actually really bad. She's being held by somebody powerful, so powerful that,
They broke
They
our sending
treat-
thing.
yeah, they were able to trace our sending crystal back from a different plane and shatter it, and then send us a message being like, "Stop fucking prying."
And
Oh.
saying that she.
Good. An
Yeah.
archfey or something of that power.
Right.
Alright, listen, we got 2 dragons off our list. You have to replace it with something, you know?
No!
No.
What? This isn't normal? This isn't how people live?
This is so much more than anything we've had to deal with
This has been pretty
since the
normal.
Lycan
God.
War.
When we got here, there was a whole war happening.
Yeah.
Yes. There was.
Since I've left town, and came out here, I've had to deal with a Lycan War, a League of Assassins, 2 dragons, some vampire hunters, and that's just like the
That was-
nightmare.
I think
Nightmare
vampire
God.
hunters are pretty mild as far as the scale of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, the Nightmare
and
God.
That wasn't before anyway.
The Nightmare God.
Yeah,
No,
that was
I
a
don't
fun
think
one.
I don't think he's mad at us anymore.
The God of Murder didn't like us for a little bit.
The God of Murder doesn't like anybody.
Ball?
Bull. Saren.
Whoa.
Ball
The
is
God of
vanilla D&D. You're
Ball.
thinking of Saren.
Yeah. Yeah, Saren. Remember the Saren cultists?
Yeah, Ball is fucking lame and isn't in Amaranth.
Is Sarah?
You
Yeah, no, I agree that Ball's lame.
No one likes
You
Sarah.
know who's the realist, though? Bual.
Ah, yes, as the fish people would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're blurring the lines here, okay?
But yeah, I mean, this
Bual
has been pretty
is not
normal
here.
for my. This has been pretty normal for my life.
Right.
You know
Well,
who is there? Chad.
It explains a lot, really.
Chadwick Von Dom.
Yeah, fucking Chadwick. Von Dom.
Anyway, that's our report.
It's a very
I'm
K
gonna go
name.
shopping, unless you need anything else.
no.
Okay.
It's like,
Just-
Like, God, no, get out of here.
you know, I'm
just-
a wizard.
You've mentioned it before. Yes.
Do a little electric. You notice the blue hair. You didn't even compliment it.
I didn't notice.
Wow. It's subtle. It's a subtle change, you know, just like different look. I didn't really choose it. Alright, I'm gonna leave now.
Hmm. So Light goes back to looking at her maps and like holding her head after that conversation.
She's got a migraine now.
Are you looking for Sophie or Sadie?
Who the fuck is that? Oh, yeah.
The
The old
crazy
lady.
bitch that you were like, I'm gonna go look for her.
Yeah,
God.
why not? I'll go by myself.
I want to go to the parchment and quill.
Okay.
I'm having an important conversation with Gideon
Yeah.
while we're getting the
Okay.
soup.
Do you want that to be on camera? Do you guys want to?
My statement is very brief.
Let's hear it.
Let's go.
While they're eating soup, Claudia she has her spoon up to her lips and then kind of slams her hand out on the table and looks at Gideon and she says, Turgax told us that these hobgoblin cultists were serving this female dragon, but that was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were chasing him and he was trying to confuse us.
Yeah. So the thing about green dragons is they lie a lot, and I know you're gonna feel like, oh no, I trusted it and then it betrayed me. That's not really what's happening. What's happening is you don't really have anything else to go off of, right? So you're like, I know you're fucking with me, but what choice do I have but to play this game until I can figure out what's actually going on? And it sucks. That's why everybody hates them. That's why nobody likes them.
Because I thought it was weird that there were two different hobgoblin groups in the Goldwood at the same time.
Yeah, I couldn't really.
But then we never
that up
saw
either.
any of the other group. We just saw the ones fucking with him. But he didn't want to admit that nobody liked him.
Yeah.
They were here to kick his butt.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was controlling the narrative early on, right? He found you guys out on the road before you even got to Malachor.
Yeah.
Start feeding you this
Crazy.
story.
I have trust issues.
And by that, you mean what? You're too trusting?
Yeah, I guess.
No, what do you mean?
This experience is just full or bad. I guess I knew that. And she wasn't a people. He wasn't a people. I finished my observation. I put it together that the hobgoblins, there were never any cultists.
No, you were on it. You called it earlier too when you said you thought that was her flying. Hopefully you weren't right
I
about
wasn't
them
right
working
about
together.
their romance. Well,
Well,
yeah.
Hopefully. See, what are we talking
I guess
about?
I'm glad that I
Green
was wrong about. I'm glad that I was wrong about that, or we would have had to fight her there. How long does the speedy stuff last that you cast on me?
Oh, that's over, honey. That was 1 hour.
Has it been an hour, Echo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn it!
We're deep
I
in the
wanted to
soup
go
now.
run around.
You know what?
Okay, I guess I'll.
You know what?
I guess I'll stay with the soup. What?
If she mentions it, she's like, "Oh, is that stuff?" He'll just cast it again.
She is going to turn into a wolf and run around town, just at lightning speed.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, the fast ass.
That is
Yeah.
so
Yeah, zoomies.
Oh my
She
God,
She gets
no.
20 extra feet. As a wolf, she gets 20 extra feet of movement
No.
plus 10 for Longstrider. So
Oh,
she's gonna
hell
go
yeah.
zoomy around town, while everybody else is doing more important things. See a wild wolf just running by.
I'm just imagining that thing like in The Witcher. If you accidentally like knock into someone, they'll go ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my bit.
You said that and you zoomed and it was great.
I put a very important GIF in the chat,
Looks like noodle.
but bigger.
Yeah, big noodle.
Boodle.
Whoa.
Wow.
So you go. So Velen, I'm jumping to you. Sorry, I realized I didn't qualify who I was talking to. Velen, you go to the parchment and quill. You're looking for what?
I'm looking for stuff around the beginning of Endsmeet, like history, foundings, or biographies, or memoirs, or whatever.
Okay. Dunnerin is the one in the shop today. And as you say that's what you're looking for, he says, "Oh, that's all dry stuff. Are you sure that's what you want?"
Yes,
All right.
I'm super interested.
There's
I
lots of...
realize that it sounds lame,
It does.
but I found interesting stuff by the Firewatch Tower, and I this is the first thing I could think of as a way to research it.
Well, there's lots of books here that haven't sold, and in my opinion, for good reason. Right, and he goes behind the counter, and you see there's like an old shelf that has, you've noticed this shelf before. It's just unlabeled, leather-bound tomes that are very solid and very dusty. Yeah.
The old shit.
I skim through these whenever I have some free time, and, well, I kind of wish I had that time back. It's just exhausting, but I like to try and keep an idea of what's where in this store, and these aren't labeled, so... What are you looking for, specifically?
Don't know. I mean...
Okay.
So I found... What we found is a magical protection on the Firewatch Tower that appears to have been inscribed. The original working involved the blood of someone elven, and I know that they must have made a pact with 2-6.
Oh.
And I'm really curious about that. And I mean,
well,
but all I know is elven blood a couple of centuries ago. You know, I mean, it just
Let
and
me
I don't
rack
really
my
wanna-
memory here before you go on any further with exposition.
sure.
I think I remember reading about something of a pact between settlers and she of the Verdant Death. Is that the one?
That's her.
Hold on. And Dunnerin, like, goes sifting through the books, and he pulls out a very old black leather journal. It's not very thick, and he says, "This was penned by a druid called Ellen Lurbranch, helped settle the town. Said he saw a dragon wreathed in gold flame and fog in the old Goldwood. Said he struck a deal to protect Endsmeet, and said they marked it with a glyph below an old hill hidden beneath soil and old names." And he slides the book toward you.
That's exactly that. I'm very interested to read this. How much?
Oh, you want it?
Well, I want to read it. See, and this is a bookseller shop.
Right, I just, no one ever... 5 gold.
All right.
No one ever wants the town history sorts of things. Do you give him
Well,
5 gold?
I do.
Okay. He puts it away, and he, like, gives you a receipt of purchase. And it just says Ellen Lordbrook's Journal. Doesn't have a real title.
I'm just gonna mark this off. I saw your message, but I don't. Velen is sort of off on this fixation at the moment, and I just don't know if it would occur to her to ask that question right now.
You seem to be lost in thought. Are you going to read it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's gonna start reading the book.
The opening page, which is inked in a looping, graceful hand. Some think dragons are storms, destructive, brief, and merciful in their brevity. But green ones are forests, patient, beautiful, and full of rot where no one looks. We did not tame her, but we made a promise. The pact this is what you learn. The pact was made in the shadow of the first village, before Endsmeet itself was built. The settlers, led by Ellen and a sorceress known only as Sadie of the Starry Wake, offered
there you go.
non-interference in exchange for non-aggression. 2-6 demanded no tribute, only secrecy. The pact was sealed with blood and intent, not divine magic. A druidic binding woven into a draconic glyph carved into stone beneath the hill of the first village, buried in earth and shadowed memory. Her terms were simple: leave her alone. Build your homes where the sun falls westward. Never seek her in the high boughs. Never bring fire to the goldwood. The glyph may still be activated with a blend of fresh rainwater, crushed goldwood bark, a creature's honest breath, or one of the pact makers invoking its name. When the old words are lost, truth becomes the key. There is a line that implies Sadie's presence might be enough, as she was the living vessel of half of the spell. Should the glyph fade by erosion, malice, or time, the verdant one is unbound. Her mercy lies in memory. Without it, she will return to the nature she was born from: cunning, cruel, and coiled. Toward the back of the journal, you see a coded poem. Velen, as a bard, you innately decipher. She walks still, draped in stars, her mind a silver garden. Ask not what she forgets, only what she guards. That's what's in the journal.
That's rad.
Aw, Sadie.
That's funny because I'm going to talk to her.
Yep, we're going to go ahead and jump from there right to Artie.
With none of this pre-knowledge.
None of it.
Zero of this.
Artie, you're going to find Sadie. Roll me an investigation
Hey,
check.
crazy. What's up?
That's 31.
31. Yeah. Near the Endsmeet Tavern, near the Cedarkin Lodge, you see Sadie is out behind it, picking up from the old tents that people have used. She doesn't seem to give you a second look.
Hey, Sadie.
Hold on.
You remember me?
What did I have?
You're stitched wrong, boy. Thread of lightning, thread of stars, and still you ask about her.
Yeah, I'm the Lord of the Lightning. Glad you noticed.
Knock
Hey.
right. Knock right.
I knock with my right hand on a tree stump by me.
She just
Or tree.
continues picking up refuse.
So, Sadie, I was told that you were one of the original people in town here, and we found the glyph, and I wanted to let you know that, did you know anything about that?
Oh. 1,000 sons died that day. Oh, but you didn't see them, did you? You weren't there when the bones got up and sang.
No, I'm not that old. But it's still good. Kind of gives like a thumbs up.
Hmm.
And I know Salite said that you might know about it because you're one of the founders and you're an elf and there's elf blood in there. So if your like family or anything started that'd be pretty cool. I want to let you know it's still going.
The glyph is a promise, and the promise is a pact, and a pact, like an oath, is one you must never let go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Knock
actually.
right?
Yeah, knocks right. Yeah, that actually all tracks. Yeah, hell yeah. You want a drink? My treat?
She just continues picking up refuse.
Do you want food? How about this? And I go into the...
She then
tavern
suddenly
room.
like leans real close to you. As you're about to walk away, she gets down super close and she says really intensely, "Being one with teeth like stories, we made her a promise. I fed it to the fire, wrote it in blood and bark beneath the hills. She keeps her claws out of town. We keep our swords out of her nest. Old deal, good deal, fair price. Knock right." And then she just stands up.
I slowly
and keeps
knock.
picking up dirt.
Right? Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go now. But yeah, it's still good.
Until he
And I'm
came.
slowly yeah, no, he's gone. Don't worry about him. Yeah. and,
Broke
like,
her sky, broke her womb, broke the balance.
Balance is good again. And I'm slowly just walking away, thumbs up with like a very disheveled grin, like, okay.
You're very
Good.
loud, you know.
Yeah, sorry, I'll be quieter.
Wow.
And
Okay.
she, okay,
She's
you
the smartest person anyone has ever met.
Artie's just gonna walk away like, she's really got a lot of insight on the situation. I expect
You
that.
should have talked to her first. Fuck.
Yeah. Holy shit, I go back to town.
Okay.
I mean, go back to the house.
You go back to the house, sure. What are Tess and Gideon doing at this moment? Tess, what are you up to?
I think that Tess, like we've gotten all the important stuff kind of out of the way. I think that Tess is gonna go back to the house, and cast Commune.
Okay, you're gonna cast Commune.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As I always ask, what does this look like? Because every time it's a little different, and I gotta know.
Every time it's a little different, especially for Jamino. She actually, I think before she does this, she's going to ask to, before everyone like split up, she's going to ask to borrow the one of Turiax's scales from Artie. She promises she'll give it back.
Okay, you promise?
Artie, I promise. I will put it in your workshop. I just need it for 20 minutes.
Lifts up big ass scale. Okay, I trust you.
Thank you. I know that that's hard. She will put.
Okay. Before anything else, you need to know the common room of number 3 Walker Way does not look the way it normally does.
Oh shoot.
There is a massive circle inscribed on the ground made of chalk, and lining all the way around it in concentric circles are Banasite candles. It is incredibly ornate, and as soon as you step in, Tana looks up and says, "Don't touch!"
Yep, I got it. I got it.
Watch your feet, please.
Tess is gonna guidance herself and be so careful. As
Thank
she goes
you.
My hot witch wife is working. Let her cook.
Ah. Me doing whatever my hot wife tells me to do.
Yup.
She's gonna stand kind of on the stairs away from all of this, and she's gonna kind of call down to Tana. Do you need me to bring you anything outside this circle?
Beeswax. Beeswax.
Okay.
I need lots of beeswax. I've used all what I had.
Okay, I'm gonna cast a spell and I'll be right back.
Okay. Thank you.
She will go up to her.
And
altar.
salt. I need more salt.
What kind? Just regular table salt?
Course.
Of course, you got it. She will go up and cast Commune.
As you're about to cast Commune, you suddenly hear a message appear in your mind. You wouldn't happen to have woodland spring water, would you?
Betcha Gideon does somewhere. I can make you holy water. I don't think that's the same thing.
Nope. I need something that is of nature, one that can be bound across the plains, and it must be water, so forest spring water will be the best. I'm sorry, you're busy. And the message ends.
All right, she'll make sure to tell
I
Gideon.
actually have some of that.
He's got it in his canteen.
Of course. Okay, so she's gonna take. She actually literally has a bowl of water on the altar right now. She will take that down, and she will put the scale there. And the scale hasn't. I mean, the scale has changed state because it's not part of Turiax anymore. But in addition to that, she's gonna touch it and just sort of gently cast thaumaturgy, so there's like colors that kind of spring across the surface of the scale. And as she's looking into it, as that kind of fluttering is happening, she will bow her head and reach out to Jamino.
Okay. And as you cast the spell, you hear and feel her presence around you once again. And as it does, as it swirls into the room, you hear, in almost a mocking voice, you know you could just ask.
Oh, well, okay, that's true.
But as I am bound by the divine magics, ask your questions, my child.
I feel like there's been a state change, but we want to confirm. Is Turiax really dead?
Yes.
Great. My friend's niece, Lily, does an archfey have her?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay. Is Lily a lichen?
No.
Okay. Good information. Thanks, boss.
You are welcome. And as always, safe travels. And Jamino, the presence vanishes.
Okay. Tess actually wanted to go to the Outsider's Witness anyway. So she's going to carefully pick her way around all the stuff, and is going to go to the Outsider's Witness for beeswax and table salt.
A tuning fork as well.
And a tuning fork.
Grocery
And,
list.
she's actually going to linger by the door to see anything else.
Some of that stuff sounds like Tarly, but I'm not.
Some of it does sound like Tarly, yeah. But she actually does want to go to the other. I guess she'll grab beeswax.
Like,
and
as
table
Tana
salt.
is carefully inscribing these tiny chalk lines, she's literally using like a needle to inscribe these very specific markings. The whole time you're standing there, she doesn't say a thing. And then as soon as you open the door to leave, she says, soap! I need whale fat soap.
Okay, you got it.
You're a darling, thank you.
When Gideon comes home with her, he's gonna go into the forest and get her spring water. He's like, yeah, there's one.
Yeah, I feel like Tess maybe like passes him on the way and be like, careful, there's a ritual happening there, lots of people on the floor. Can you go get spring water for her?
If you mark it up, I will kill you.
Also, Tess will kind of lean in close. Maybe a snack would be useful. I cast all day spells, and they're really hungry making.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Tess.
Yeah. I think Tess will also very carefully make sure that Arthur is like around. Like, she's gonna just take Arthur out, and he can go on a little trip with her because she doesn't really trust.
Does he have a harness?
Her playful, yeah, sure. We could say that.
Yes.
Give her a harness, right?
He rolls around all over the place, just like winding around in the harness, rolling over everything, picking things up and like just bapping them together and tossing them to the side and just exploring.
This is exactly what Selkie does on the floor of my bathroom.
What do you think inspired Arthur?
I think Arthur is out of the house, and that seems important for the.
Oh, he's having a blast.
Yeah, to continue to be.
The first time Arthur sees a mound of snow, you cannot pull him away from it for like 5 minutes.
That's so cute.
I love how y'all got pets and I got a Rhinen.
You chose this.
You did choose that.
You chose
true.
this.
At least
You
I
also have a giant ferret, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's asleep in your bag.
She's, yeah, I imagine she doesn't encounter any difficulty getting all of these.
No.
She will also look at the Outsider's Witness to just check if there are any diamonds that since has come in since like
yesterday.
He like
please.
It has been the day. I have no cards have come in. I'm sorry.
I will let you know.
I have it marked down. Send the message. When diamonds have arrived, I promise I will.
I'm sorry. It's just that we've had to leave unexpectedly. That's all.
Trust me, I have become fond of your particular party and would like if your cleric was armed with the means of restoring those of your members back to life. As soon as I have gemstones, I will reach out. I promise.
Fond of his whole party, huh?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
What do you... Are you insinuating something, Tess?
Yes.
Stop it.
Stop it.
No.
Cute.
She's going to she will I mean she's here and she just bothered their friend, so she will look at whatever he has if there's anything.
What are you
Velen
looking
is
for?
also going to head to the outsider's witness next, so she might end up crashing through the door while this is happening.
Yeah, so as Velen enters, Nazik says,
Good.
and here is the one that you were assuming things about. Ah,
Oh.
I am cause of all kinds of assumptions.
of course you are. What is it that you are looking for?
I want to
Not
show you
you.
this cool book.
In the moment, I have a customer.
You go ahead, Valen. You go ahead.
There is a way of doing things here.
I will say line. It's fine. Tess, look at this book I found. See, now I'm interrupting your business in an entirely other way.
But there's nothing I can do about that.
That's true.
And so I will resume what I was doing. And he picks up, like, this small wooden device that he resumes, like, working on.
What book did you find, Valen?
This is a journal of the druid who was responsible for the glyph we discovered.
Oh, is there a name of that druid?
There is.
Does
Velen
she
Low
remember?
branch?
That's the question.
I forgot it immediately. It's
Elen Lurebranch.
Elen
E-L-E-N.
Lure branch.
Elen Lurebranch. Sorry.
And the
That
elf?
is the most terrible name I've ever heard in my life.
Seems likely.
And the elf.
But
is
look at the
down-
handwriting is very furbog too. They seem very flowing and but precise.
That just drips Arbara in every way.
Mm-hmm.
The elf is an elf that we know.
Sadie.
It really is Sadie.
It really is Sadie.
Does it say anything about what happened to her and why she's kind of?
She's the living vessel for the pact, which I feel like probably has something to do with some of it. It's really interesting. I was honestly, apparently nobody really wants to buy all of the history books about the beginning of the town, but I'm probably going to hit more of them now. Daenerys said that a lot of it is dry reading, but this was really cool.
I mean, they have a lore bard in town now, so I mean,
Yeah.
I would say lock up their books, but that's kind of counterintuitive to their business.
I mean, I did buy the book. I didn't steal it.
Of course, I'm not. I was joking.
Okay.
What I mean is, you're going to give them a lot of business because they're probably not used to having people that are actually interested in town history around.
You mean nerds?
Yes, none of them are anywhere.
Nope, not clearly.
Well, that was, see, I would show you this book, but it's not my turn. What are you buying, Tech?
I don't know. I was trying to make up for the fact that I probably was annoying because I'm concerned about the lack of diamonds.
Oh, I'm always annoying, but he doesn't mind.
I think you're more
She says for him.
charming.
A
You're
spring
more
pops and a piece of wood just across the room.
Artie comes through the door.
Oh, good. Improving.
Hey, you got Banasite?
No, not yet. You are on my list of those to notify when I get new
Yeah,
stock.
just making sure. I got a little excited. I'm running low. I only got like 340 gold worth.
Oh my goodness.
That is more than most shops carry at any one time.
Yeah, I know, man, but you never know. You got any cool items?
Yes. No one ever comes in here and asks what items I've acquired. It's always
I will.
Banasite or diamonds. Also, there is a line, Artie, if you don't mind waiting a
Yeah,
moment.
guys, can I cut the line?
No.
No, I was asking.
No.
Oh, this is out of my control. And he resumes
Yeah.
working on his thing.
No,
Can
you
I
can't
cut?
cut the line.
Can I cut?
I have to ask very important
Tess,
questions.
can I cut?
What do you want? What are you looking for, Artie?
I need something to make me hardier. I'm wearing fucking clothes in battle. This doesn't feel right.
Do you
You
want
said
my?
hardier, right?
Do you
Hardy.
want my?
I need to be
yeah.
artier.
I
You want
need to
my
be
Yeah,
Yeah,
more
I don't
hardy.
think there's anything in this world that can make you artier.
That's a good point.
You are already the supremest of arty.
I
I want
agree.
it to be harder to hit me.
I have some bracers of defense. Is that the sort of thing you're looking for?
Mechanically speaking, is that 1 AC or 2?
2.
Yeah,
He's a
fuck
wizard.
yeah, let me get those.
Okay. They are 800 gold pieces.
Oh shit.
Yes.
With the, the discount.
Not that quote the price without the discount.
What do you need? How much do you need, Artie?
I mean, I was gonna cut into Banasite funds.
Okay. Well, do you? How about I give you 400?
Yeah, just give me 3.
Okay.
Sweet. I'm buying.
The original price was 1,000 gold pieces. You've already
I
received
knew
a
you
discount.
liked me. Yeah, you don't. It's not for the Endsmeet watch discount. It's because you like me discount, right?
Sure. And as you give him the 800 gold, he goes in the back and then comes out with a pair of ornately filigreed bracers with brass cuffs, and he sets them on the counter for you.
Oh hell yeah, and they're stylish. I don't know how it's gonna protect me.
I do not make anything that is ugly.
Nice. This will help. All right, I'm leaving. Bye.
Okay.
I leave.
Have a pleasant day. Oh, he's gone. Okay.
Quick.
Was there anything you might have been looking for?
I'm fine, but I appreciate it. You have a good conversation.
Do you know how hard it is to sell things to people that don't want to buy anything and instead just appear and leave?
All right, tell me what your coolest thing is.
My coolest thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the thing that you're most proud of having?
He goes to the shelves behind the counter and he picks up this fine mahogany box and he sets it on the surface of the counter and turns it towards you. And as he opens it, you see there is a stone. This deep red stone within the box. This is said to be a artifact that once you attune to it, increases your natural abilities.
What do you mean?
This
Your
one makes you more dexterous.
Oh shit.
Oh. That's cool.
And for the low price of 2,200 gold, it could be yours.
Not even close to anything I can afford. But it's very cool.
Oh,
And-
yes.
Definitely something. Where did you get something like?
I have my secrets. If you wish to know, you can poke at Thomas. He's the one who found it for me.
Okay.
Hey, does that raise dexterity above 20?
Brings your
Okay,
dexterity
friend.
to 22.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
oh my god.
I would also really enjoy that.
How much gold do you
I
have?
only need 200 gold.
I will.
2,200 is what? 220 plat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Wait,
return these
how much
bracers
is
and
it?
give you 500 gold because that's way more impactful.
What?
I will
No, no, no,
retcon
You need to
these
be
bracers.
guarded.
You need how 220? Sorry, 2,000. How much is it?
2,200 gold based on his markdown.
2,200 gold. We have
Guys,
enough.
I have 220 platinum on Gideon currently.
I
But
could reuse 22 dags.
That'd be
I
huge.
mean,
That's
Yeah,
so
that-
worth it.
That would be huge.
That's one of the
mean-
best items in the game. Get it.
I'm not there.
Go fucking get it.
I will
It was
have
Claudia, and she was interested too. We have to fight to the death
You
for
guys
it.
can just.
I don't have enough money. I'm 200 short.
Claudia
for
gets
something like
manual,
that.
and Penn gets manual in every game I'm in. Okay, like somebody else.
That's
gonna
not
make
true.
it.
does she?
I've gotten one
Yeah.
manual
Eh,
every game. Humbug.
May I? Okay, I actually do have a spell component that I don't know if we'll have. Any chance you've got a reliquary?
A reliquary. Is this like a. Are you looking for a +1?
In case I want to summon a celestial, I need a reliquary worth 500 gold pieces or more.
Oh, the spell component.
Mm-hmm.
I do have some, yes. One moment,
That-
and he goes in the back and he begins sifting through things.
All my spell components are so fucking expensive, yo.
I mean, if you want to summon a celestial, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. All right. He emerges with an abacus. And he sets it in front of you.
That's a reliquary?
Oh, yes. It was once said to be a reliquary of Magos, the god of knowledge.
Wow.
It is ornate and serves the purpose, from what I understand.
It's
Okay.
really neat.
It certainly is pretty. Feels a little weird carrying a reliquary of a different, but it'll serve the purpose.
Yes, it will. You can also do simple mathematics with it.
Hooray.
I wonder what Jamina's reliquary would look like.
I don't have
Anything-
one.
Okay.
There are so many things that a reliquary of Dawes could look like.
All right. Sold. Thank you.
Of course. And you pay 500 gold for it.
Can't
That
believe
is-
you want to summon a celestial when I'm right here.
Mhm.
The project celestial.
Well,
Jazz hands.
this celestial.
I know yours is a real thing. Don't worry. It's being fun.
You're also the real thing.
I'm something else.
That's a good way to put it.
Is it my turn yet?
It's your turn.
Of course.
Nazik, did I remember to ask you to keep an eye out for Ivory?
You did.
Okay, good.
I cannot wait to tell you that I have not had a new shipment yet.
No.
This poor
I-
fucking guy.
I could not remember if I had asked you about it before.
Yes, you insisted that you were interested in casting legend lore. And I told you
Yes,
that I would do my best to look it out for you. I've even placed an order for all of these things. But
Right here.
the cart from Augur City has not arrived, so we
Fair.
wait.
Have you looked into the books about town history?
No.
Do you wanna? No is
I've-
an acceptable answer.
I don't
You don't
care.
have to. That's totally fine. I'm just excited because I found out cool things.
I am sure every town has something exciting about its history.
A pact with the green dragon.
That is cool. Why don't you just tell me about it instead of reading the rice cake that it might be written on?
I'll leave you be.
There's a poem in here.
I will see you later, Tess. Thank you for your business.
Certainly. This ducks out.
Okay, so you spend time with Nazik.
Belen is very annoying. She did blow most of her money on Badasite candles, so she doesn't
Yeah.
try to buy anything.
So,
But she does. When other customers come in, she will try not to be in the way. In the event that occurs.
okay. Claudia, Gideon, is there anything you guys are doing?
Zoomies.
You're still zooming. Okay.
She's got an hour, man.
Just
I went and got Tana water at the nearest spring.
that took you 5 minutes.
Yeah, I figured.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Gideon?
No, there's something he's considering doing, but he's gonna give River at least a night, a day, something.
Without trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Tess will return and tell Gideon what she learned from Jamino.
Mm.
A little bit of a surprise that she's not a Lycan, but good to know.
That is good. That's a relief.
Good to know that Turiax is dead.
Yeah. Not so great about the Archfey.
The tone that Jamino took with the Arch really made me wonder, and she also teased me about casting communes. So, I mean, I can pray tonight and see if there's anything else I can have a conversation with her.
And if you want to do that, yeah. You don't have to, though.
Gideon.
You've done a lot for us just these last couple days.
I don't know your niece, but I know that we need to get her.
Yeah. But,
I mean,
this thing clearly values her for some reason. So it's not like... I don't know.
What are you saying?
I don't know. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. Hey. You've been helping us, and you've been on this trail all day. Let me help you.
Sure, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, did you see anything interesting for sale at the Outsiders window?
Yeah, actually, there was this book he was really proud of.
A book?
Makes you more fleet of foot.
It was a stone. It skips the reading part.
Oh, it was a stone. It skips the reading part. Okay.
Oh, it's like an ion stone or whatever?
Yes,
I guess so.
it's like that.
Not ion, obviously, because, yeah.
An ion stone.
It has
Shut
this
up.
like stone that makes you quicker. I feel like it was expensive. How much you got on you?
I mean, I've got some saved up. I'll check it out.
2,200 seemed like a pretty good price for something like that. And I've got a little left over after I spell components. So if you need anything,
No, I've got it. Thank you, though.
okay.
Be careful down there. I took Tana some water. She's deep in it. Don't trip over anything. She might
Sure.
go nuclear.
I think I'm gonna stay outside with Arthur because I'm a little afraid
Yeah.
of what might happen if he's in the house.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just kind of walk around in the snow for a while, I think.
Walk to the Outsider's witness.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually,
Barge in. You don't
Tess-
have to. I know it's like 12:15.
Tess, what?
Tess is gonna go to Knuckles' house so River can play with her specifically calming pet.
Okay, yeah. Arthur is very excited about the attention. Gideon, you go to the Outsider's witness.
Mhm.
Oh, hello!
Hello.
Another of the wild hearts finds its way across my threshold.
I like it here.
Yep.
And he holds a finger up to Valon and says, "Thank you. Do you have a need?"
Oh boy, I'm not sure how to take any of this. Yes. Well, Tess said you might have an interesting stone. for sale.
Oh, word has spread.
Yeah.
Yes. I happen to have a stone of agility.
Oh, okay. That's the one that can even take you beyond normal limits, right?
Oh, yes.
That's pretty nice. How much you asking for that?
Well, for a wild heart such as yourself, I'm offering the standard 25% discount, so 2,200 gold pieces.
That's a
25%
lot, but
I warn you also, should an enemy see this floating around you, they can break it. And if that happens, it needs to be repaired by an artificer such as myself.
all right.
Since we don't have one.
That's a
Whoops.
chance worth taking.
Indeed.
And
And he
brings out
shows
200.
you the box.
Oh, okay. All right. Gideon hands over 220 platinum.
Okay.
Oh, life savings.
You saved up for
Yeah.
it, indeed. Okay.
Yeah. I just don't get out and do shopping much, you know? I never really think about it. Mostly I just use things I find in the woods. You can find really good shit in the woods.
Yes, you can.
Anyway, all right.
And you can
Thanks
add
for all
a
that.
Mago Stone of Dexterity to your inventory.
Okay. I'll let
Oh,
you
that's
two
my god.
get
Yeah.
back to it.
That's my god.
She is
And
telling
just
me
all
of
the
the
various
rich
Magos.
and interesting history of Endsmeet.
Oh, right. She's looking into that glyph, right?
It's really neat. I'm trying to be less annoying because he was doing you were doing a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's this is the journal of the druid Elen Lure branch.
Lore branch,
Did
I
I say
think
that?
it says right here.
Yeah, Lure branch.
It does, yes.
Fucking I don't know why
I
my
got good
brain is struggling.
eyesight. Don't worry about it.
Elen Lure branch, and Sadie and the Verdant Death.
Sadie. It was
the
Sadie.
It was Sadie. Isn't that wild?
Oh.
Apparently she's like the vessel, the living vessel for the pact.
Kind of.
Maybe that is why she is a little loose in the bean.
I mean, just considering the kind of power that would be channeled through a working like that, it can't be nothing.
Indeed.
I don't know though. Definitely blood. Her blood is in it.
That's a long time to be responsible for something.
Yeah.
And on that note,
Off you
Right.
go. Thank you for your business. And we jump away. Claudia,
well, tell it.
are you still
Hello?
zooming?
I mean, after the hour runs out and she's not as fast anymore, she would trot home.
Okay.
And she would see Tana had monopolized the living space, so she would climb the outside of the building to get into her loft through the
Okay.
window. She's a wild animal.
You see Little Bell is up in the loft and looks concerned because she's blind and Tana has torn up the first floor.
Oh,
And Little Bell
I
doesn't
know.
know
I'm
where
sorry.
to go.
She can speak to animals innately now, so she will explain the situation to her
Oh,
and give her
innately.
scritches
Oh,
and
cute.
meat.
Little
That's good
Bell.
for her.
Little Bell. I don't like change.
I know, I don't either. But this is something important to
That's
someone.
her voice.
It's a displacer beast.
I like that. Right, I was also like, oh god.
Little Bell. I don't like change.
You have gone a while and you don't smell the same. Were you all right?
There's this whole thing. There's a dragon, but we're okay.
I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad you're okay.
You cuddle with Little Bell and you feed her, and we jump to Artie. Is there anything you're doing?
Important stuff.
Poor Claudia. Never has time to
already-
process a trauma before the next one.
Yeah, I already went left after talking to Sadie and like she's fucking out there, but she's cool as shit. And he doesn't tell anybody else about Sadie.
Okay.
She's like, ah, interesting.
All right.
So
So
goes back to the house, chilling.
as soon as you step in the door, don't touch anything.
Oh shit! Can I look at it?
You can look.
Is this a teleportation circle?
No.
Oh,
It is a
okay.
planar transition circle.
Yeah, tomato. I'm trying to learn teleportation.
They are different.
circles. I know. Yeah, I'm trying to learn teleportation circles. So
One is translating in space and time. The other is translating across the veil.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just need to find some ruins so I can actually teleport there. Future notice.
Teleport where?
I don't know, places. What's the point of having a cool spell if you
You are
can't use it?
distracting me.
Okay. I'm just gonna watch.
Okay.
I love that Tana has no patience for Artie.
None at all. Okay,
Worked her
while
entire life to
you're,
get to this wizardry.
you're watching this, okay. If there's anything else, I think, Tess, you were talking about praying, but that's not until tonight.
Yeah, probably not until
Oh my
tonight.
god.
Okay, then.
What, 8 a.m. or something?
Yeah, it's the morning. It's like 10 in the morning now at this point. But as we get to that, we have this pausing point. As Tana's working on the spell, Velen is hanging out with Nazik, and the rest of you have all, you've got your things going on. That is where we're going to call it for tonight's session. Well done, everybody. A whole lot happened. You did not spark up a fight with another green dragon. I'm very proud of you.
Hee.
We
That's
didn't
character
have to.
growth.
How awesome was that?
Yeah, she was like unexpectedly super cool.
Yeah, she was very chill.
I
No.
should have
We got
thrown my
good
grappling
lore.
hook.
Not all green dragons, right?
Well, not while that plant is still around.
As we come to the end of the
Hopefully Sadie
session,
lives forever.
I want to thank you all for playing with me. I hope you had a good time. And before we go any farther, we must give our players an opportunity to vote for a point of inspiration. And so, alphabetically, Dooch, you're first.
I give mine to Sal. I think it was cool to actually take the time to go look up the history of the town and get that cool bit of lore. It's very in character too. Lore bard.
It is.
Lard.
All right. Emily.
Give all lore.
I'm giving my vote to Hellfrog because I think both the coolest and the funniest thing that was said in the session, Gideon just saying, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Perfect.
Appreciated
Like,
that one.
amazing. Very cinematic. Fantastic.
Aw.
Well, Hellfrog.
Well, okay. Gosh. Getting the lore drops were really awesome. Everybody did great researching. Claudia was right about things. However, I'm voting for
Somehow.
Tess. Gets my point because I really like that she was giving Nazik a little bit of shit. It was a really cute little thing, and she kind of kicked it off. It was fun. Fun to watch. Good job, Tess.
Thank
Grumble.
you.
All right. Pen.
Well, my point's going to Emily
hate
for
this.
being so consistently like the utility that she brings to every session. Like we would be literally lost without her. We couldn't communicate with
Big
people
true.
from a distance. We couldn't scry on them. Like the progression that we have made in a lot of our general issues as a party, like without fail, Tess will always figure something out.
Last but not least, Sal.
Wait, did Emily go?
Yes.
No?
Ma'am.
You
I
skipped her.
voted for Gideon.
Oh,
I
no, never mind.
swear to
Yeah, I'm
God.
so sorry.
Do his job.
My brain is dumb.
But you're doing your best.
I think I'm gonna vote for Artie for going to go bother Sadie. That
Yes.
also
That
led
was
to
pretty
some
funny.
bullshit. And my first reaction when he went to go do that was, "Oh no!" But actually, it was really cool. So good job.
He was
Artie.
very respectful to her.
Kind of didn't give him a chance not to be. If I'm being honest
That
here,
is
I
the
was going
reason
in that
people
very
avoid
differently.
All right. As we come
She
to the end of the
out-artied
session.
Artie.
It's true. Emily, you've earned the point for inspiration from the player's vote. Well done.
Thanks, guys.
As we come to the end of the session, I want to thank you all for playing with me. And to those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi, Pen. Hi,
Hi.
Emily. Hi, Elfrog. Hi, everybody else. Hi, class. We love you all. And I wish you a good night.